Right, pressy buttons now, Matt. Press the buttons now. Press the buttons now. Try this button. Oh no. Oh no. What have I done? That must mean there's a window open. There we are. Right, there's a window is full screen. We can't have that. Why? What was full screen? Hang on. I tell you what. I'm going to quit Premiere because Premiere is full screen. Right, sorry. Technical issues. Go on, Premiere. Bye. There we go. Hey, it's the only live show where the host comes on eating his pot noodle. Just feeling a little bit hungry. Not that not that a Lidl's pot noodle, which has half the amount in it that a normal pot noodle does. Not that that's going to fill me up, but maybe if I have 4 of them. Can I have 4 pot noodles? Then we might be good to go. So, hopefully you can hear me. I can see deflection in the thing. So let's just check. Press play. Just feeling a little bit. Yeah, I can hear me, so it's working. Right. What are we going to talk about then? Heathrow, yes. But whilst everybody's coming in, why don't we say hello to some of the people who are in the chat? We've got 195 people in, and Chris Thornley, someone from Denmark. Let me just get this thing up, just not centered very well. There we go. It's a bit better, a little bit better, not much better, just slightly better. There, better. Catherine, and she says, I hope that I am well. I am. Yes, I am very well. And and she says she wants to go and get some water to drink. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. Anytime anyone in the chat, right, wants to go and get a cup of tea or coffee, right, you just go off and do it. You know, you can tell us if you want. If you need some support, tell us, and we will be very supportive. You know. Thank you for that information. I'm a bastard, and sorry. Nice though. It's all right for me to get away with it, see, because I'm the host. I'm like, I'm going to go and get a cup of tea. I'm going to have a pee. But I don't know if it's necessary for the people in the chat to tell us, I'm going to go and get some water. Because do you know what? I don't think we'd psychically know whether you really were getting a water, or whether you're getting a whiskey, or, you know, or whether you're doing something else. Maybe you're doing something else. Maybe you're not being completely honest with us, yeah? You're just using this water thing as an excuse, you know, so we won't like go, where's she gone? Yeah. I'm sensing there's more to this than meets the eye. Anyway, forget about that. Sorry, just me being silly. And I have to say, yeah, it's just me being silly because some people don't understand when you're telling a joke. So there we are. Clipstick, thank you for your donation. And Clipstick says, for the diesel or the parking fine, I know what I would choose. Diesel. Because you can always run away from a parking fine. And with diesel, you can run a lot further. So, yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Dean Melody James. Kerno, hello, sir. From Cornwall. And yeah, Gary Newman, he was watching the premiere that we just did just now. So a couple of people have been hanging on in the stream because I wasn't quite sure when it was going to end. I knew it was like 1 hour 35, so it should have finished just about 9:30, but it turned out to be like, I think 9:35, which is about right really. So I should have said 9:35 for the start of the live stream. 9:45 would have been better, but there we are. I'm not sure whether or not you can... Oh, I've got a dry patch of unwatered pot noodle. Ooh, I didn't stir that up well. I guess it was because they didn't have that little pot noodle instruction on the side that says, you can make it. Because clearly I can't even stir a bloody pot noodle up. Oh, it's dry. It's all dry at the bottom. I'm not fussy. I'll eat a pot noodle dry. Let's have it. Right. So, be polite. And there we go. And we're off. Right. Right. Melody James, hello. Natalie. Keith Potts, Scott Pearson, Andrew Clark, Princess Slozzy, Lucifer. Hello, Lucifer. Yeah, she calls me boss. So I guess I have to just call her slave. If she's going to call me boss, I'll be like, all right, slave. Yeah, whatever. Shouldn't really do that to the mods, though. They'll just dump you in the end, won't they? If you keep doing that. But she started it. I never asked to be called boss. Boss, we got problem in the mill, boss. So, yeah, Keith Potts, Icy Diamond, Sam Bob, Anthony Wilkinson, Jack Daw, Exploring with Gav, who I was out with today, actually. We're going out together now, me and Gav. We're going out together. Oh, look who we got. Look who we got. We're going out together. Yeah, me, Gav, and his mate. Threesome. We got threesome now, yeah. Me, Gav, and his mate. Oh, are you all out of focus? Are you all out of focus because my new special artificial intelligence filter won't show your face unless I click this button? Oh, what? What do you want? Do you want the pot noodle? Oh, you literally would want the pot noodle, would you? Here we are then. Have the pot noodle then. Lick all the bits out of the pot noodle. Yes, it's so nice. It's so nice. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I wish I had a tongue that could get to the end of the container like that. Yeah, oh, wow, it's getting cold since she's opened that door. Bloody hell. I keep it cool out there for her and warm in here, but ooh, that's pretty cold. We're in minus temperatures at the moment, so it does sort of freeze the windows on your car, and the pond at the back is frozen. So, yeah. Anyway, back to who's in the channel. So let's see if anybody... Sam Bob says it's been a while since he's managed to catch a live. Well, it's nice to... Oh, you can't get that, can you? Because that is at the bottom. And that's too far for your tongue, isn't it? It's too far for you. Try and get it down there. Oh, she's getting like... Right, Ian M5AXA, Adam George, Darren McKinney. Oops, let's get the cursor over here. Callum... Punch's Couch is... Sorry, why am I sort of stuttering? Punch's Couches, Unknown, Chris Thornley, Johnny Webb, Ahoy Ahoy... Oh, sorry, that's their comment. I started reading their comment out as a name. A2021, okay. The Haunted Coachman, Random TV, Mindset Central. Oh, my God, Mindset Central. Wow. I wonder if he's... he might be free, actually. Should I send him the code for coming on? A few people have got it. We'll see if he wants to come on. Should we send him the code and see where the magic happens? Let's see. See where the magic happens. Yeah. Wow. What else we got? Right, we got Tony, Jan, Cyrus Carter, Safari 360, Dave Williams. Oh, beam the moisture up. Here we go. If anybody's wondering, there's been joking about moisture for some reason. So, yeah, that's the thing. Moist is the new thing. Moist is the new orange. Right, League of Heretics, Mr. John Bengal presents. Subaru RB320, well-known unknown, John Fashanu. Or is it John Fashanu, John Fashanu, John Fashanu, John Fashanu? And there will be more from John Fashanu tonight on BBC One. It's like, yeah, right. Remember that sketch? Right. Maxwell MC. There's a name I haven't heard before. Earth Warrior. Hello. So got a couple of newcomers in there. B. Hello, B. And H. Jasper E. Yeah. So, we might get some more people on later on. Taffy's driving home because he had a big old drive. I had to drive quite a distance, and we met at a undisclosed location, but let's just say this: it's an RAF base, disused RAF base, and it was huge. It was huge. So we got there about 10:30, 11, something like that. We left about, what was it, 3:45. So I think we had about five hours of walking around buildings and walking around. It was that big. It was that big, and there were little bunkers, and you could go in the bunkers, you could go underground, and you could come out and different places and things, and it was really cool. So because I probably only did about half of it, and we had to be a little bit careful because there were still bits that were active military, so most of it disused, but they kind of still use bits of it for just occasional stuff. Now I was weighing it up on the kind of like, shouldn't we be in here, but from what I understand, it kind of, they have people in there from time to time, so if they can go in there, you know, why can't we go in there? So it's one of those things. Yeah, so who do we have with us? We had Exploring with Gav, who I haven't sent a link to, but I shall do now. Did I send him a link? Hang on, let me just see. Exploring with Gav. Should have sent him a link, really. I'm slacking now. Right, paste. See if he wants to come on. Because he was there today. And his mate John. If John wants to come on, he's welcome. I haven't got a contact for John, though, so unfortunately. Urban Paranormal 666, Claire, who may be turning... Oh, there. Oh, as we speak. I was just like, it might come on. And as we speak, bang, bang, literally, he appeared. There he is. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Can you hear us, guys? Yeah, he's pissing about. Yeah.
Did I catch you?
Oh, I knew. I could tell by that. Yeah, it was just a weird way that your mouth was moving. It wasn't a.
No, it's because I got the TV on. You can hear the TV.
That's your love. That's your love mouth. I know when it's not a true love mouth.
Let me turn the TV off.
Yeah. It's like that. It's like the face that kids make when you say, "Come on, kiss mummy before we go to school," and they go. And it's like, you're enjoying that, aren't you? And they're like, yeah. It's like, no.
No.
Yeah. So I don't want to kiss anybody. Sorry. So, yes. How are you doing then, folks?
Doing good.
Exhausted, Matt.
Exhausted. Good.
Covered in clay. So I showed you what I look like now. I'm literally just brushed my hair and I have like clay all over me.
Yeah, you look kind of clay-coloured. You do look clay-coloured. It's like a sort of nice golden brown clay colour. It's good.
No, I've got covered on my covered.
Oh,
my coat.
How you doing,
that way.
Ian?
They are covered.
Oh, it's Lol, isn't it? Isn't it Ian? No, it's not Ian. It's
David.
Lol. Lol.
Yeah, Lol.
Lol. David.
If he's naughty, I call him David because his mum calls him David.
David. David.
Naughty boy, Lol. Where are you? Let me get him in.
Oh, look, we got some more people. Hang on, let's get a bit in it. Right. Oh, yep. And oh, yep. Hey, we can have a Welsh. We can have a Welsh gasm here. Look, we got me, the Secret Vault. And we got Mindset Central over there. We got Exploring with Gav over here. And we got Taffy. And you can't get much more Welsh than that sheep shagger. So how many sheeps have we shagged them, boys? Amongst us? 5 million.
I did a bit of speed dating. It's amazing.
Yeah.
There's so much sheep. And I was like, I said to Claire, I said, can I give you a sheep onesie just so that I can like throw you in with them, and then I might just slip one in, like no, get out, that's right.
So there's my monetization gone. Hey.
Oh, you think Doc's fine enough, Taffy?
Oh, it's been a good day though, hasn't it?
Pissed off of you, Taffy, because you brought me home. He's hoping you'd meet me in that mine.
I don't think you should
Hey,
Well,
say it would.
did you
I kept
notice?
telling everyone you're going to be my wife, so one day, hopefully, you'll get fed up and he'll just kick you out, and I'll just have to come and get you, won't I?
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Wait.
Mate, if I had a wife, mate, I'd get rid of her, mate, for Claire. Telling you.
Taffy is in a
Right.
car, yeah, and I'm cleaning Taffy's audio, so we can't hear he's in a car. Let's see what he sounds like if we don't clean his audio. I'll press the button. Ready?
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Oi,
There he is.
oi, what's going on, guys? What is happening?
So when you don't speak, you'll hear the car rolling along. Listen now.
Yeah, Mom.
Yeah.
It's a bit crazy, isn't it?
Now what happens when I press the button?
It's obviously my end. I can't really tell. Do you know what I mean? So
It's all right when you're talking, but when you go quiet, then it's in the background. So just push the button again, and
yeah,
magically,
Because I'm
mine said, have you heard about this? I got artificial intelligence noise cleaning. It knows music. It can strip music from behind my voice. It can
That's
take
awesome.
out the keyboard when I'm tapping on the keyboard.
That's cool, man. Did you finally bought a Mac then? Is that what's going on?
No, it's something that was invented for
I'm
PCs,
joking.
actually. Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Mm.
I just wanted to push your buttons to get things going.
Mm.
How you doing, man? Seems like I haven't spoken to you forever.
I'm doing well, man. Doing well, apart from a recurrence of a UTI I had about Christmas time. It's come back. But apart from that, I'm all right because I've got tablets now. So I've been feeling absolutely brilliant, even though last few explores I've been on, I've been like, my stomach's been like shit and I've been just sleeping very well. Taking the antibiotics, pucker. Back to square one. Back to
awesome.
square one. I'm just going to have
Good
to
to
say
hear.
to the doctor, look, you know, I need to keep some more of these antibiotics on standby because they've made me diminish my spare stock, which is an emergency stock in case of what I've just had now. Because then, if it happens on a Friday, I can start taking them. If it, you know, it's one of those like, you know, I like to have a spare supply of just a couple, just so I can, you know,
Take the edge off.
take the edge until I can get into a surgery or get a prescription. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
There we are. So yeah, well, doing quite well, and yourself, mindset.
Doing good. A lot of stuff going on. Did a stream the other day. But yeah, it's cool. All good.
Good stuff. Yeah, so we got a sort of. He's been on once before, Exploring with Gav, but a lot of people may not be familiar with Exploring with Gav. So I think you've been on twice before now, haven't you, Gav? I think.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, I think so.
Twice before. Right, the dog has finished the. Oh my God, she's finished the pot noodle. Look how that's how she leaves it. She's like trying to bite it to get the. It's pretty clean down there though. It's not too bad. That's how she leaves it.
yeah.
So she's happy. Another satisfied customer. So yes, Exploring with Gav has a channel called Exploring with Gav, and he's from the Heads of the Valleys type area. Is it Nelson or no? What's the name? Beginning with N.
No. Tredegar.
Yeah, Mom.
That's beginning with N. That's totally beginning with N. Yeah, right. Tredegar. That's it. Right. I'll get that one day. Right. Should we start again? It's beginning with T. Yeah. Tredegar. Yeah. That's it. Oh, you're looking comfortable there. You're like me. You're just like this. Oh yeah, right. Let's get on the live stream. It's going to be good. I'm having it.
Slow steady, I am.
Hey, Taffy's doing quite well. Look, he looks quite well lit in his car. Does your Discovery come with streaming lights?
I am a fucking like a little bright diamond, mate. I could be in the darkest room, mate, and still brighten it up, mate. So who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I've had an awesome day, so fuck 'em.
It's his teeth. It's because he's got. It's like it just sends out so much light. His big white chompers. Yeah.
My teeth are like little goody fingers, mate. I'm telling you, they're amazing.
Yeah. Who were like, security Taffy, put your hand over your mouth, otherwise we get seen. Stop it. Yeah. Fair play. Oh, well, and of course, somebody was on earlier, but come back and say hello. Urban Paranormal 666 and husband Lol, otherwise known as David.
Very rare.
Die. Die, as we say in Wales. Die.
Explorer.
Oxford's
1 second.
finest explorer.
Oxford's finest explorer, everyone. He's very rare. He will come on camera. So this is a rare moment, everybody.
He's not the widest. He's not the tallest. He's not the fastest, but he's not the slowest. He's just the finest. Yeah.
He wishes.
Yeah.
He needs to get down in some of these places we go to then.
He's like my snuff. This is fine snuff. It's fine because it's very finely ground. You can get coarse snuff, but it's literally like sticking grains of salt up your bloody nose. Or, you know, like before you grind pepper
I don't
down.
have a stick of penis at me.
Yeah. What, like, you have to be pretty small penis.
To explain what it is, he don't know what it is.
Snuff.
You don't know about
It's tobacco.
Hear him.
But they do sell it.
Is it ground up tobacco? That's what
Yeah,
it
it's
is, right?
finely
Like
ground
ground
tobacco. Yeah.
In the olden days, this is what they had.
It's brown tobacco-y stuff. And you just sniff it, but you don't sniff it like you're doing a line of coke, like you do in America, in Hollywood, because they you know that it's cheap. It's cheap when you're in Hollywood. It's just cheaper than an energy drink, and it's more available because I mean, like, you know, the stores might not be open, but you'll always have a crack or cocaine dealer on each street corner. So you know
What they used, wasn't it, in the Victorian days, wasn't it? And
yeah.
a lot more common back then, wasn't it?
Well, see, like mindset, if you know, they like they sort of like walk out into the street and they go, taxi. But like, so you can literally walk out of where he works and probably go like, crack. And it's like, you'll get sort of, oh, certainly, sir. They like, car just screeches to a halt. It's like, oh, what would you like? Crack cocaine, methamphetamine.
When you go to a restaurant and you order food, they say, would you like crack with it?
Yeah.
Mindset. I bet you need a bit of crack, mate.
Yeah. And they give you a salt They give you a salt shaker of like cocaine, and they pre-crunch it for you. Yeah.
Would you care for some crack on your lobster?
It's probably legal now, isn't it, in California, like crack and meth.
Crack is not, but weed is legal, and they're working on mushrooms.
They're working on some better mushrooms.
Yeah, because mushrooms is legal in Denver right now. Denver mushrooms are legal, and they're probably legal in California. Maybe this year or next.
Just wait till people start throwing themselves off buildings. They won't be legal for very long. Yeah. Right. So
make everything legal.
Well, shall I tell everybody what we've been up to today? We've been to an RAF base. I haven't said where it is because we may end up going back because it's absolutely huge. And so Claire came along. David didn't come along, and I guess he was working today. David.
Work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happily.
So he's going out and earning the money so Claire can come on Explores with us, which is how it should be. That's exactly how it should be.
I'm learning to climb.
Oh well. So we'll get you a position on our climbing team then. You know, we'll see if we can get you in. There might be a position still available. Yeah, on our climbing team. Yeah.
You know what, Secret Vault, right? I didn't realise how dirty Claire was until she got in the car. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I tell you all, right? I'm going back to Leah's house, right? And accidents are going to happen.
Oh, dear.
Oh, accidents are going to happen.
Yeah.
That's what he means.
It's going to involve 5 fingers right, and a willy. And that's it. And that's all that's going to happen.
Right.
Five-fingered willy. It sounds like a very unusually shaped willy. That's a weird
one.
That's an octopus willy, isn't it? It's like it's lost a couple of fingers, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, definitely.
Well, they had an octopussy, didn't they? They made a movie about that with James Bond, but so now this is an octo willy. Yeah. So yeah. There goes my monetization for the next 10 years. So, yeah, right.
Only 10.
Did you know that Google interceded into the chat when I typed the following message because somebody said that Jordan sounded a bit camp. You know, I think he's. You know, I mean, it's a love. I mean, I don't know why people would think such a thing, but I just said to him, well, he is a ninja and you should be careful because he might come round and kill you. He's deadly and silent. Yeah. And next thing you know, it deleted the message and it said, Google moderator team have deleted this message as being unsuitable. And it's like, it's a joke. No, you're not allowed to be funny now because you can't use words like killed or ninja or silent and deadly. You're not allowed because Google is becoming intelligent, so it knows when you are serious and when you are doing a joke. Ha ha! That was not funny, sir. Ha ha ha! No, funny.
I noticed that on Facebook Messenger too. I was trying to paste a joke in there, which was hilarious, but it would not let me paste it into the chat box. It wouldn't let me do it.
I don't know. Who's screaming?
Bollocks, isn't it?
Screaming.
What, through your speakers?
Well, no, he just said he could hear screaming.
Outside.
Maybe Taffy finally got to his destination.
Yeah, he wishes into Claire's knickers.
Yeah. He's frozen, by the way.
Do your kids watch this stream, by the way, Claire?
No, they don't, but they're used to him. Don't worry about that.
Oh, that's right then.
Screaming.
We're
Kylan screaming.
used to him.
Yeah.
It's normal in this house. We're all loonies anyway, so it doesn't matter. We
Okay,
blamed him well.
So we didn't get very far into talking about this place we went before Taffy told us that he was gonna stick 5 fingers yeah. I know, but I mean, I'm just going to rewind the clock to the point where I think Taffy was talking about something like that, and I was thinking, what's that got to do with where we were today?
I don't know.
But
he's
fair enough.
crazy.
Let's have a chat about what we did today. So, exploring with Gav. Would you like to explain a little bit about where we were and what we did without giving the name? Don't give the name.
Oh, we won't give the name. No. We went to our RAF base. What I read up about it, been inactive since '93, but the place.
Ooh,
is
that's
massive.
a clue. That's a massive clue. You give a clue there. That's a massive clue.
That's not a massive clue. But the place is huge. Like Mark said earlier, we didn't cover for it.
Oh.
We do need to go back, Mark, at some point.
Oh!
To try and finish it. But how risky is going to be going back is another thing.
I'm going to remove Taffy because he can come back on. He'll have to click the link because he's I don't know what's happened there. I don't know what's happened.
Driving, he's lost signal, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah, that was a real big clue there. I just found the Air Force Base.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a very big place, and we were there sort of like about 11 o'clock-ish or something like that, was it? Was it 11 o'clock? And then I think we were there till about, 3:45. So we'd been walking around the whole of that time. Well, most of us had. I think a few got a bit exhausted, so finished a little bit. I had to. He can come back on though.
You can hear you, love.
Yeah, I was saying on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sorry.
Taffy.
Yeah,
He's frozen.
Taffy can come back on, but he was frozen. So obviously, what he'll do is he's probably rebooting his phone or something, and he'll come back on when he can. Yeah. I kick him right in the 5-finger backward hole. Yeah.
My 5-finger death punch.
Okay. Yeah.
What?
Carry on. He's on about sheep because we're the Welsh, yeah. But I've my whole family tree on my mum's side. Welsh. I showed Gav reading out when I had the family tree bit. So yeah, you insulted me too. So shut up.
In the sheep's nuts.
Sheep's nuts. Yeah, we saw millions of those today, all over the bloody floor. Anyway, hey, hello Brady. By the way, hello. Sorry, I brought you in, but I didn't say hello.
Guys?
Yay. Not a lot by the looks of it. Yeah. Trying really hard to stay on topic is it's going to happen. At some
Get
point,
off!
it's going to happen. Yeah. 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 Well, you look all right. I don't know, you're a cross between Ali G or a bloody cancer patient, but yeah, you're looking pretty good, man. Hey! It's a human. It's a human. Are you cold or something?
No, I've literally just got in from work. Literally.
Oh, right.
3 minutes ago.
They might pull you over if they see you like that. The police will pull you over and they'll say, "Oh, sir, should we rush you to the chemotherapy ward now? You need some help. We can get you there quicker if you want." You're like, no.
Oh dear me.
Oh dear.
Oh God.
See,
Are we ever going to get to talk about this place?
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Thank you.
Let's get
At least we got one professional here. Look, right. So mine said, "What? Tell us what we did today at this place. Then, would you like to help?"
Well, I'm just reviewing the security footage right now, seeing you getting in there. So give me a few minutes to scroll through it, and I'll tell you exactly what you did.
Okay.
Exploring with Gav gave a massive clue. I was able to find the place and get into the security system.
Yeah. And I think they may have known we were in there because they did
I'm
have
just
alarms.
kidding. I'm only joking, right?
No, they don't know that you're joking unless you tell them you're joking, because I've learned this. We have a lot of people with some arse burglars or something they're called.
Yeah.
And they you have to tell them it's a joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're all welcome, by the way. I do like arse burglars, but yeah, only one a night, please, one a night. Yeah. So yeah, we had a good time in this place. We only probably did about a third to a half of it, so we could do a second look. And all I'm going to tell you is this place is so big. I took my drone down there with 4 batteries, and I flew my drone at high speed all the way to the end of the base and round, and then came back because the battery was dead, and I had to do that 4 times, and it's about an hour's worth of footage of just flying up and down the base and just trying to cover it all because it's that big. Yeah. So even the drone footage is going to be like humongous. You think my normal stuff is humongous. This drone footage is humongous. But what we were doing is seeing on the ground what these buildings were like, because from the air, they look kind of cool, and you think, oh, what's in there? And not necessarily much in many of them. Some of the biggest buildings have been gutted out. But there were some interesting buildings. There were some interesting buildings where they had conveyor belts, and let's say conveyor belts for weaponry and things like that, which I've never seen before. Like, to move things through buildings, and I was like, whoa, this is mad. So never seen that before. There was a lot of weird stuff, and we saw a telephone that was spark-proof, the old dial type telephones, but it was a spark-proof one. It was huge, yeah, and it was screwed onto a wall, and it was like, because telephones, the way they work is they used to actually tap the wires together, so well, that's a spark, so you can't have that in an environment where it might set fire to weaponry and whatnot. So it was spark-proof phone, and yeah, bizarre, a lot of weird things I'd never seen before. So some unusual features, and we nearly got sort of caught at one point. Let's just ask Urban about this. Urban Paranormal 666. What happened to you? Because you got a bit spooked earlier, didn't you?
I don't know. We heard, or mostly they didn't hear. I didn't hear it, but we heard something coming towards us, or like obviously a vehicle. So we just ran. I didn't even have it on camera. We ran. I mean, run and hid. It felt like we were in the army. So, but yeah, we ran and hid. I think later on, I don't know, Matt, did you see something going around? Because we kept stuff, and then we thought we found fresh like bullets, Gav, didn't we, when we walked out?
Yeah.
And we were thinking, oh my God, we're going to get shot at. Just get out of here. So, yeah, we walked back round and we went out because I felt safe. I think we all felt a bit safer. We didn't know what was going to happen, and like you said, the place is so big, you don't know who's there, who's going to creep up on you, where someone's hid. there's so many places to hide them there.
Even though the place is inactive and deserted, were there any security or anything on premises?
There would have
Nice.
been. There would have been, but they live in a certain part of the base, and a lot of the base isn't used. Although, at times they can activate the base in order to do training, which is what I think all these bullets were hanging around for. And
Right.
there was an area where we climbed in through a hole in the wall, and there's a bag on the floor, and I'm thinking somebody forgot this, because a bag of bullets, and it's proper shiny, nice-looking bullets on the floor. And I'm like, oh.
Wait, unused?
Unused, but blanks, but still dangerous as blanks. You know, you don't want to mess around with them, because if you try to, well, if you trigger a blank, I think it can explode sideways and stuff. So it's got to be in a gun. But yeah, so I picked it up on a big string. Like you have the bullets on a string thing. So I picked up a big string like that of bullets, and I'm like, whoa, look at this. And I was like, are they real? Have they been used? And it's like looking at the ends of them then, so it's like really up close, and all the ends of them are not like fired. And I'm like, I don't think they know this is here, because that shouldn't be here. You're not supposed to leave bullets around like that. But never mind, that'll make a good bit of the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a good place. It's interesting, like to do, because I do different stuff. Obviously, I do paranormal, I do the urban, I do have people and doing chats. So to mix stuff up, and today where we went as well in that mine, I love it. And so my channel's a bit of everything as well. But today was really good fun, and it's always like you're on edge as well, and you don't know what to expect. And honestly, we're in the worst place. We got caught. We're in the worst place ever at the minute. We would have definitely been taken away. Put it that way. It wouldn't have been a good end. But we just get on with it, don't we, Matt? Just sort of ruthless.
Strength in numbers, maybe. If we just keep walking, go, nah, mate, nah, you're all right. No, thanks. Yeah, no, go away. And then just keep walking, and it's one of those. But
just like you don't know what you're going to expect, you just get on with it, don't you? It's it.
I got the feeling that possibly where we were, they were allowing the military to learn to drive vehicles on the disused part of the base, because they were speeding around, and because they were speeding around, it made it seem like they were actually looking for us, but I don't think they were, because they literally came up to a junction, stopped, reversed, and then just drove off at high speed. And it's like, no, they didn't come left and didn't come right, and they didn't check all the areas. It's like they were trying to learn to do the gears and a fast maneuver. That's what they were trying to do. So it could look to the wrong sort of person who's get a bit paranoid that was for us, but it wasn't. So I was quite comfortable with that.
Makes you paranoid.
So,
you're on edge anyway, in a place like that. Military police, not normal police. You don't know what's going to happen to you in there. You don't know if you've got dogs. It says there's dogs.
Yeah.
I don't fancy getting hit by a dog.
How many of you went in? How many of you went?
Taffy, Urban Paranormal, Gav's mate John, me, and Hidden History with Ray and Steve. So 8. There's quite a few of us,
Yeah.
Fun.
And it's better from a safety point of view. We were going to split off to different parts of the base and do them, and then call each other if we found something really cool, so people could come to that part. But it turned out that these guys looped on themselves by mistake, and they'd already done about 2 hours, so they got a bit bored at that point. We carried on. We went to some areas, and it started to get more interesting. This is where we found the bullets. And then we found a compound area, which looked like it was specially compounded off, had movement sensors, probably had cameras if we got any closer to it, had power, had Wi-Fi antennas. And I'm like, that's probably got some weaponry in it. Oh dear, I'm not going near that. So a lot of this base was like abandoned, but there was like, bing, there's a little place that they don't want you near. Yeah, I'd stay away from that. So it was, yeah, it was one of those. But I'd like to go back and finish it off if possible. And I want to do one last thing then, if I can. When I finished it off, I'm going to take my electric bike in there and a 360 camera, Right, I'm going to make sure my exit way is clearly accessible. Yeah, and then I'm going to rip it at high speed round the base. Woo! With 360 cam on my head, and then quickly
Oh, I've got
out.
no idea.
Yeah,
Bring my dog. She can bomb it round with a camera.
yeah,
My dog's got whippet. She's fast.
yeah. So we'll see. We'll
On
see.
the head camera.
Yeah. So your dog will be able to get through the holes, the gaps in the fence,
Dog
like
will come
So
back. Don't come back. So she put a camera on her head. She'd be gone. You'd never get your camera back, and she'd be gone as well after the sheep.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, she'd have them.
Right. So Gav, what was your sort of impressions of today then? What sort of what stood out for you? Apart from Taffy's bits. I mean, sorry. Yeah.
They stand out every time we spoke with him, don't they?
Yeah.
It was a really good day, mate. I wish I'd seen more of the RAF base, but obviously, like, time was getting on, and some people wanted to get out, and like we got spooked and ended up looping back on ourselves because we ran, and we ended up looping back, and we ended up where we got in. So we thought, well, there's no point then, because like you was like an half hour or so walk away from where we were. So we just think, but yeah, it was a really good day. Like I enjoyed Swan Mine as well. I was up there. That was a good one. But it was smaller than what I thought it would be, but it was a really good day. Like
I don't think you went all the way to the fullest extent. So, I mean, it's like Medieval has donated 10 Canadian rupees to us. So yeah, that's amazing. Yes, that will buy a packet of polos. So thank you. No, I'm not taking a piss out of Canadian dollars. I know they're almost as worth as much as American dollars, which is not saying very much. But yes, it's at least that would probably buy you about 1,000 miles worth of fuel if you lived in the States. So that's great. Thank you for that. That's more like about 3 miles of travel in the UK. Yeah. But
that's half a tank, that is, but there, Matt. Half a tank, but there.
No, that's I jest. Yeah, no, you get further than that, but thank you. So where were we? Talking about the distances in the place. I mean, there's a road that goes all the way around the edge of the base, and that would be a long, because that's the furthest extremity. What we did is we sort of like went up through the centre and around the edge a little bit, but I think it's quite a lot. I'll just say, I think we've probably done maybe about a half of it. So going back is going to be interesting to do the rest of it. But
you are going to go back.
I'd like to, yeah. I think we should do it fairly soon as well.
So when you go back and you do the rest you haven't done, are you going to combine the first footage and the new footage together to make one episode, or are you going to do part 1 and part 2?
I'd have to do 2 parts. I think it's too long. Yeah. Plus, if you add the drone footage, because what I was thinking of doing is like showing people like a quick overflight of the base, like do, and then getting into it. It's like, here we are, and then showing like a drone to say, this is where we are on the drone. And it's like then cut back. And then as we go to different places going, this is where we are from the drone, and then cut back, and sort of keep going forwards, backwards like that. I thought that would be a good way to do it. So people can see from the air. And what they see on Google Maps, they can relate it to what we're seeing on the ground then. So it gives them a good idea of where. But will I get around to doing it like that? No. I'll just chuck it together in one 4-hour special. Whatever. Yeah.
4 hours.
That's it. Yeah.
I look forward to seeing it.
I was reading the comments, Matt. Did you see it about you handing you in?
Who handed me in?
It says on there, is it? They'd hand, where is it? Knowing Matt's like they'd hand him to the CTSFOs or something.
I don't know.
I don't know who that.
No. I don't know.
Because is it Random TV just said that the military police would hand it in to someone else or something? Someone read that.
Brandishing something else?
Where is it? I can't see the comments on my computer, but hold on.
Let me see what this is. And
Instead, they'd hand you over to the civilian police with it, something like that.
Yeah. Uniform counter-terrorism specialist firearms officers.
Okay,
Counter-Terrorism Special Forces Off, CTSFO. They'll hand me over to them. No, they hand Jordan over. That's why we've got to bring Jordan, because then he can be the one taken away and tortured, whilst we all get tea and coffee. Yeah.
He can be the sacrificial lamb.
I
Yeah.
don't think he did.
Yeah.
Lamb to the slaughter. Yeah.
Lamb to the slaughter.
Be like, with Nail and I, it'd be like, go, offer yourself to them. Offer yourself. Yeah.
We have a sacrifice for you.
Counter-terrorist police.
Medieval didn't leave a comment. I was just checking. Melissa Jones Paranormal. She says some Tang Fastics. Actually, Paranormal, because it's.
Do you think that's intentional or just a typo?
I think it must be intentional, because I did ask her and she didn't answer. So I guess that was like the answer was no answer.
Paranormal.
Yeah. Mel. Yeah.
How you want to
So,
go out?
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, she says sometimes we had Tang Fastics in the car. They're still in the car, so I'll finish them off when I go. But Ray said, some Tang Fastics, because one of your guests wanted you to get some. So I was like, there you go. Ray got me a packet of Tang Fastics, and he paid for it as well, which is like, yeah. So
What's
I'll have to donate.
Tang Fastics?
Oh, they're bitter sugar sweets, like Haribos.
Haribo, isn't it? Haribos.
Oh, the gummy
Haribo, whatever. Yeah.
Haribo.
Yeah, they. What are they? I'm not sure what they're actually shaped like. I think they're shaped like.
Tang Fastics.
Those sort of things that are a bit bitter and they make you go, when you eat them.
Like sour
Sour.
patch things.
That's it. Sour.
Yeah. So they've got Tang Fastics.
They're just really sugary and like.
Yeah.
Kind of do that.
If you're dyslexic, you call it fantastics.
Eh?
Yeah. Well, Truth Will Out says, I'm a pagan too, aren't I, Matt? Well, actually, I just did my census form and I filled it in as I did last time. They said they didn't recognize it as a known religion, but I said I am a Jedi.
There you go.
So there we are. And
Yeah.
But so many people did it on the last. So many people did it on the last census. They had to acknowledge it as a religion because people were saying, "I identify with Jedi. I can move things with the power of my mind. I can.
I can.
Yeah. I mean, I can certainly move my eyes with the power of my mind and my mouth. I'm getting good at it as well. So next we'll move on to things like small sticks and things like that. So we're working our way up slowly. Just stick to the eyes and the mouth for now. Yeah,
they're for sale if you want them.
Yeah, I say we were in the land of Yoda today actually, because the Welsh, they always put the words backwards. Because welcome to Wales is Wales welcome. So it's like just like Wales welcome to you must come. Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah. To Wales you must come, welcome.
I was just gutted I couldn't be there today.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Taffy's on the way over to pick you up right now, Brody.
Is he? Oh, damn, let's go. Are we going back, yeah? Should we do a night version of this?
Yeah.
No,
I've got my night vision camera. I've got my night vision camera. It's fine.
He was trying to convince you. He was like, "Come on, I'll come get you right now."
Come now. Yeah.
Come now.
You come now.
Hey.
A few hours.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
He dropped me off. Now he's gone.
Ah, bloody hell! Shit. Yeah. So it's what 2 hours from? Was it? No, it's 3 hours from your house.
3.5 in it. 3 hours.
Yeah.
Poor bugger.
Yeah, man.
But Taffy's a mad bastard. He came all the way down, picked up Claire from Oxford, and then drove to this mad location, and we all drove there, and Gav drove there as well, which is like, so we all met there, and then we had a really good time. And I would like to go back, and hopefully, if I do it with Gav, maybe, because he was keen to stay a bit longer, but because it's hard, isn't it? It's hard when you've got a lot of people there sometimes. So we'll go back, we'll do the rest of it, and yeah, I think it's quite good. It was a good day out, that was. And afterwards, you went to see something else.
That was fun. That was
Yeah.
fun.
So you both went, Gav and
Yeah.
Claire. Oh, I'm doing it. No,
I
it's this
loved
way.
it.
No, it's that way. That way. Oh, bollocks.
That way.
That way. That way. Yeah. How do you do it? That way. There we are. Claire.
Ah,
and
there you go.
there.
There
Yeah,
you go.
there we are. Went to an underground thing. Would you like to tell them about it?
Amazing.
Mm.
Well, I don't know the name of it, but it's just underground, and it had all like, Gav, how many years ago were some of the writing on the wall back to the earliest? Was it?
I think the earliest was 1902, I think.
I don't know. I think there was earlier ones. I think there was really early ones, but the ones we did look at, the writing was really interesting, wasn't it? There was some stuff down there. Was it the little like stuff that they used to use, the tools and stuff in there that were all propped up. And then I think I missed what you said, Matt, the lights in the thing. I missed the lanterns. I missed it. But I was concentrating on not slipping over and like breaking every bone in my body anyway. So
Yeah,
but what was the
it's
at
called
the end?
Swan Mine, we call it locally, because it's opposite a pub called the Swan Inn, I think it is. But I think it's called Kingston Mine or something like that, or something like that, Kingston Mine. And there's some great stuff in there. There is some saws, so they saw the soft stone, the sandstone. It's very soft, but they can saw it. But it was all manual back in the day. You know, I think I've seen some stuff like going back to the 1850s, some of the inscriptions in some of these places sometimes. So people would be standing there like with two blokes over a massive piece of stone, you know, going back and forth for an hour to cut that stone chunk, you know.
It would have been interesting, Matt, if you were down there, because obviously you know a lot more. I'm not good with history, and probably you, Ray, you might have known a lot more than what I did. And I was asking a lot of questions, so I do like to know what's what, but I'd like to go there again, or one similar, definitely with you there, because obviously you know what's what. And it's all good seeing it. If you know what went on with it, you could picture it better. And I love to see and feel like what went on. It felt weird down there. I like to think that years ago they worked down there, and how we sort of are saying, I think to Gavin, that how we don't appreciate it. And like kids today, all them people that went down there, and maybe my family members, because my family were from Wales, I don't know, could have been down there. It's quite I don't know, surreal. It feels weird when I'm down there. It's lovely. I loved it in there. I loved it.
Okay, I mean, what I'll do is, because get Brady to sort of like come in a minute, we'll talk about the Heathrow thing. Okay, so we'll come to that one. But Gav, what do you think to the underground stuff then? What were your highlights of getting in that Swan Mine? Because you've done a bit of mine stuff before, haven't you?
Yeah. It was easier to get in where I thought it would be. Like you said, I don't think we've seen it all, Matt. I think we missed quite a bit of it.
And you were in there 2 hours, weren't you? So you maybe missed a bit. It's even a small mine like that. It's a very small one, and you can miss stuff. Yeah.
We got up to a crane, but the ceiling had collapsed on it.
That was the squashed crane. Yeah, that's right.
But the one you was on about, we didn't get as far as that one.
I wish we did. Taffy had to get me back home.
Yeah, so. Taffy wanted to come out of there. He was panicking because of the time and how long it takes to get back home.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Well, it's a long way to drive, isn't it? I noticed, actually, by the way, everybody, Taffy hasn't tried to reconnect since, and so he must have had, maybe his phone's died or something. You know, it's one of those. He's probably in Wales. I mean, like, you ain't going to get a signal when you're in Wales.
No, he's not. He's probably, yeah.
Very true. Very true.
Was he still driving back from when he left you?
Yeah.
When he came on?
3 hours from, what was it, he left here 8:30, so 8.
About another hour.
Another hour
So
drive,
he's got
probably.
like a 3-hour drive ahead of him.
And then we had to drive an hour and a half from here to where we were exploring as well.
Okay.
It's a caffeine existence, Urbex sometimes. Yeah. Oh, TJ Explorer says they like Brown's Folly mine. Yes. It's that's a good one. And
I won't mind anymore, but I just need to go if someone knows what they're doing. I wouldn't ever dare go with like Lowell or he wouldn't know what to do. I feel safer with people that have been down them and know what's what, because I don't think anyone should venture into any mine or anything like that when they don't know what they're doing. It's just stupid, really.
And it's very easy to get lost, and then that and confusion can make it worse, you know, because you panic. And
I got confused, didn't I, Gav? I didn't know where we were going.
No.
But what?
Burlington Bunkers.
Where's Burlington Bunkers?
Matt's been there.
that's the underground stuff at Corsham. So they've got massive, like 25 miles of underground tunnels, roads you can drive, you know, underground.
I'd like to do that.
I'd love to go there.
Yeah. Oh God, everybody'd love to go there, but it's all become secret again now. It was declassified, and it was kept on a care and maintenance basis. But the reason they did that was because really down the road they had some really hyper secret bunkers they didn't want people getting near. So they would always sort of say, "Oh yeah, it's all up for sale," but never got sold. Now, because the place has been so publicised for what it does have there, they can't keep the secret anymore. So they're just like, okay, well, let's build a big data centre. Let's put some of the servers underground, and it's all reclassified now, so stay away. So yeah,
Is it active again now?
It is, yeah.
It's being used.
Big time. They put about £700 million, so nearly £1 billion, into upgrading the base. And then that's just the military money. That's just the military money. The data centers around the back, which are massive, right? I mean, they're Google-sized data centers. You know, those things which you can see, let alone what you can't see. Yeah, those things are privately owned. Yeah, but they're not very well privately owned because what was it? Dame Bullingham? What was it? Dame Manning and Buller or something like that. Manning and Buller.
Isn't it Edna Everage?
That's the one. Dame Edna Everage. Yeah. Has been put in charge of our security. So yeah. She was one of the directors. So I mean, it's either a very close knit, old school boy sort of, you know, network to be able to run a business like that right next to a military base, using their bunkers, happening to be secured by military police. But it's nothing to do with the military, though. Honestly, even though Elizabeth Manning and Buller, who was the head of MI5, was a director. Oh yes. Yes, we're believing all your bullshit. Don't worry. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep, everybody. There's nothing going on. Yeah. And of course they investigate UFOs years ago. That's why we became interested. And now they've got the power and the equipment to be having radar screens. And what they do, which is, I should say, a guy called Professor Simon Holland. I put a link on the Facebook page. He put a video out today, and it's called... I don't know what it's called, actually. I'll tell you. It's something to do with Rudloe Manor. But he's been asked so many times by people, what do you think of Rudloe Manor, that he... What's it called? Here it is. The truth is down there. Rudloe Manor UFO. Okay? And he used my footage in that. He's got, like, drone shots. He's got stuff around the base. So it's all there. I might show you a clip in a bit, if I remember. If I don't, ask me to show you, and I'll show you a little bit of a clip as a teaser to go over and have a look. But yes, he did a good job on it. And what he says, and I agree with, is that a lot of these computers are required for processing imagery and video live, because these things are connecting to drones, they're connecting to satellites, radar systems, and his kind of idea is that when you've got synthetic aperture radar coming down, it's so noisy, the information you get, that it has to be processed in such a way to remove that noise so you see an image. Yeah, to make an image. Otherwise, it's just gibberish. So you need massive data centers. And so I think it's all part of this command and control system that Britain has. They don't like to admit exactly what they're doing in this place, but I think it's becoming obvious. The other thing is that a lot of that money was handed over by GCHQ for that place to be in existence. And they have put adverts in the local newspaper saying, are you a hacker? Would you like to hack? Do you live in Corsham? Trying to get people in to want to be hackers and to hack things. So, you know, It's one of the most secretive and one of the most sensitive places in the United Kingdom right now, apart from places that actually have weapons and nuclear missiles and things like that. And this place controls the nuclear missiles, so it's that important, really. This site.
Well,
Oh,
they must love it when you start snooping around.
yeah, they do. They've been pissed off with me in the past, but I mean, public oversight. I couldn't get away with doing that in Russia, but we don't live in Russia.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they hide everything they do. They hide everything. So, I mean, it's our prerogative. It's our duty and responsibility, I think, to just keep asking questions. Because if we don't ask questions, then nothing would ever come out.
Well, the whole place was being built by taxpayer money, right?
Yeah.
So they're harvesting all those hundreds of millions and billions of pounds from the British public anyway.
Yeah.
So if you look at it that way, all that facility, you guys paid for the fucking thing.
TJ.
And for all we know, they could be running a Bitcoin farm in there, and basically,
wouldn't that be ironic?
Yeah, pay for money for them.
You think what is underground, because like just going into these little places like we did today, it makes you think what is hidden that we don't know about, because these little holes and places, it's they're well hidden. I wouldn't know going past that today that was there. It always, when I think about things like that, like the Red Dwarf and stuff like that, I always think, well, why are they hiding it? Makes your mind go, doesn't it, and think. And I am a thinker. That's how I am. I do think things.
Well, they would say that they're hiding it because they don't want any foreign powers to know what's going on.
Hiding what? That's the thing. It could what? That's what we can all say. Oh, it could be weapons. It could be this. It could be that. But how do you know? It could be something we don't even know about.
Well, you just look to see what's the most likely thing, right? And you don't know exactly, but you can speculate. Just look at the probability of what they're doing. It probably has something to do with defense and nuclear capabilities and things like that. That's what it probably is. Which stands to reason why they would keep it secret.
TJ Explorer says that they were at Upper Hayford the other week, and they don't mind naming that one. Well, of course, yeah. I mean, I will name this place we went to, but I'm just not doing it yet because the security didn't clock us, and we don't want to raise that level of security before we finish doing what we're doing. And probably after the video going out, they'll have a shake up and they'll go, oh god, we've had it too good for too long here, and now we're gonna have to actually start really sort of like looking out for this place, because these guys have sussed out that we got weapons in there, and it's like, so now well, I reckon there's something in there, you know what I mean, there's something there, but we
get in there,
yeah, I'd like
to get in.
This place has always been a bit dodgy because it isn't what it says on the tin. It has done things that are not on the record, what it's meant to have done. It's like, oh yeah, we do these things, and it's like, this is what we do at night when nobody sees what's happening. There's a lot of other stuff that's gone on at this place, so yeah. So it's not sensitive now in that respect, but I just think that the locals know to stay away because it's a hot potato, but it ain't a hot potato anymore. But they've just been conditioned, like, you don't go near it, and I think they probably don't have a lot of crap. They don't have a lot of trouble there, and people exploring. But it's one of those. Once we put the video out, everyone will start exploring.
That's a problem.
Should we bring in Mr. Brady, because he's going to fall asleep otherwise? Hey, how you doing, man? Sorry.
I'm all right.
Yeah. 15 hours later. So, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
We were talking about you, Brady, earlier, and you're running.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah. Was it you do a lot of running, and because we had to run obviously in there, and yeah, Taffy was saying that you do a lot of running and that you just winged us all.
Yeah, I run about 15 miles every time I go out. So
I tell you, it would be fun. when thinking about he's a cook, right? If we got like a few cooking things and utensils and brought all the stuff in and got into a secret location and set you up under a little tent, actually doing like a Gordon Ramsay cooking,
That'd be
right?
quite funny.
Cooking, waiting, and I'm
While
thinking,
urbexing.
come on, security, catch us now. Come on, catch us now. We're live streaming, like live streaming an Urbex cook up.
That'd be hilarious.
Imagine their faces.
Yeah,
What a great idea.
yeah.
Could you
I'll be
imagine?
up for that.
An
Yeah,
Urbex
definitely.
cook up. And they're like, you can't take us away. It's the food's still cooking. Come on, have some food with us, and then take us.
Like, do you want some? You can have some.
Yeah, yeah,
We have to think of a name for you then, Brady, for that.
yeah. And they say,
Oh,
so
God, yeah.
why do you need to do this in a military base? And I say, it's quite simple, because it takes the piss. Yeah,
Naked Urbex chefing.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
Yeah. I'll wear my mankini while doing it.
Oh God, can you imagine that? you get a little bit spits of oil, like going, ah! It's all.
why she keep turning it on? Sorry, allergies.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, do naked chef. We do that for us in the tent. They get a shock then, wouldn't they? In the tent.
Yeah, yeah.
I just between you.
Oh, I don't know. We don't want any pubes in the food, though. It's probably bad for health and safety. As long as he wears one of those little hats across his crotch, those little cook hats.
Little? What are you trying to say?
Yeah. Well, we could warm you up, I suppose, with a sort of pole dance display to make sure that you're fully prepared. Yeah. So let's get pole dancers and cooking and our
mate, yeah.
our answer to Gordon Ramsay, yeah, but he's much more polite. Yeah.
Naked running explorer cook. They are.
Yeah.
Get
Naked.
Yeah, when they arrive, right, and they sort of like, what do you think you're doing? It's all right, we'll take over. We start cooking, we can finish the thing off, and it's like, go! And Mankini Man runs so fast they can't catch him. And he can run as well, so they'd be like, no, what the hell is this? What does it mean?
An orange suit. There we are.
Yeah.
Sorry
Yeah.
about this. Running into set up with this sort of stuff all day, haven't you, Gav? Oh, bloody taffy. I did
Oh,
punch him. But...
God alive, yeah. But we had a good day. What I was just going to say though, because we got Brady here, and we all were at the Heathrow thing, so we can have a chat about
Yeah,
that.
man.
Yeah. Except Gav, you weren't there. You weren't there, were you, at the Heathrow thing?
No,
you didn't
no,
come
I
to
didn't
Heathrow.
make
No.
it.
No, that's right. Just trying to remember back now. You wanted to come, and you sent a message in the morning saying you were gutted and you wish you had come or something. Then wasn't it?
Yeah. I was stuck in work.
Oh.
bit like him today, stuck in work.
Mm. Well, try and get down there before this becomes impossible to do, because I understand that the Urban Lad Yorkshire, Marcus, was down there. When was it? Yesterday. Sorry, it was yesterday. Yeah. And he went there and he said the security were, driving around all the time, and you have to be quite careful now. So you can't be as cavalier as we have shown you can be. Yeah.
Everybody know, aren't they? People are going in and out there now.
Yeah. So
They're obviously watching YouTube. They're probably watching us. Hi,
I'm being told in the chat that Taffy is backstage.
Oh, he is. Yes. Thank you. Didn't see him then. There we are. Hi, Taffy. There he is.
Taffy.
Frozen. Is he frozen?
I've just stopped, mate. I've finally hit the Welsh border again, mate.
Yeah, he's
2 hours from home.
thawed
my
out now.
life.
Look, he's thawed out. Yeah.
Oh, mate.
He was in cryogenic state, but now he's woken back up. Like, yeah. Have you had to have a rest? Because you're been blasting up there,
I'm
haven't you?
alright.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm knackered.
Ah. Well, don't let us stop you
Oh,
too.
mate, I've been blasting the tunes, mate. I'm
Yeah.
bopping along and that and just chilling. And no, it's cool. Well, to be honest, I've been backstage for about 5 minutes. Like, so I was like, hello. I'm like, here. I was like,
sorry.
hello. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Like nothing. I was like, sod you then. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go home and have a strop.
Yeah, I guess when it goes beep, that beep isn't enough to let me know there's somebody backstage. I mean, if it was like a sort of do, I'd probably go like, oh yeah, there's somebody there. But it's just a little blip is not enough.
Man, no, it's cool, man.
Yeah. Thank you, Richard Warnock, for your $2. Can I have $2? Yes. Taffy's moistureness is here, he says. Yes.
Moistuness.
Yeah.
Moistuness.
Yeah. I know. I was afraid to give him a hug when we were saying goodbye in case we stuck to each other and we was like
I am indeed
bits of octopus saliva coming off each other, and we were trying to pull away, and it was just like sticking back. So I was a bit afraid, the moistness could have got a bit sticky.
No, mate.
Yeah.
That's.
Well, it was moist in them bloody mines.
I think it was more like bum juice than it was octopus saliva.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. I can see a line of sort of chili stuff, and it'll be called bum juice. Yes, from Taffy.
All right.
I can see a new line of merch there.
Yeah, sponsored by Truth Seekers. Yeah, man. Sponsored by Truth Seekers.
That's the one.
You may take the bum off.
I just stand there like it's go on Taffy, as he's producing the bum juice, with all the sort of like implements and tools that he uses to produce the bum juice.
I'm a bit scared to fart in case it comes out like mayo.
Oh man!
Dear.
Mick J in the chat says slug trail.
Yeah.
If you fart too much, does it comes out like mayonnaise?
Yeah. Oh, they were saying earlier on about snail trails, and I thought I'd tell you my snail trail.
Today's been amazing.
Yeah.
Funny comments on there.
It's all right. Mr. Spandex never come out today, so it's all right.
We were talking about jokes earlier on.
All right, lads.
I'll tell you one then, right? As there's a couple of women together, and they're going like, right, who's got the biggest hunger? Yeah, and they're sort of like arguing about it.
Mate,
right?
it's bad times.
Yeah, and so like one of them goes, I've got the biggest hunger. Yeah.
Brady's one.
Hey.
He's honorary woman, not an actual woman. No.
There's a fan here.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to these three fictional but very real women that are talking about the Vahanga, and they sort of say, well, how can you prove that you got a bigger one than me then? And they said, well, I'll show you. And so she pulls her knickers down, and she gets on this glass table, and she sort of like pulls herself along, and then there's like a streak like that, and it's like, oh, it's not bad. Yeah, and the middle, the second woman goes, but look at this. So she pulls herself along, the streak's like about that long. And it's like, oh my God. So third woman comes along, she goes, right, yeah, whatever. And like that. So she goes down there, and it's like, going along the table like that. And it's like, and so she gets up, and there's nothing there. So they go, well, that's useless. And she goes, yeah, but sniff the sides. Sorry.
Fuck my life. Mate, that's the worst joke than fucking Brady.
Taffy's in the building, isn't
he? All right, let's modify it then. She pulls herself across the table, and then she goes, just sniff the outside of the building. Yeah. So yeah.
Seeing the jokes that are going up on the wall in the chat.
Yeah. Sorry. Will this be one of my live streams that makes it into the archives?
Top 10.
Yeah.
Are your live streams ever going to be serious? No.
Well,
Mate, welcome to my channel.
You could try to be serious for about 3 minutes. That's as long as it lasts, and it goes again, and it goes serious, and it goes.
Mate, it doesn't even get that tough when we're on my channel. I think since Mr. Vault is on my channel, it's like, hey, Uncle Matthew, how we doing? Fuck's sake.
fancy a bum? All right then. So we got a special greeting now, haven't we? We got a special greeting. So we don't shake hands and we don't hug. He just presents his arse, and I get. So we say hello now. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting his car door to be open, never mind the little back passage hole.
Yeah. But I was my bits were all out, my tools were out because I was servicing my car, and you came along at the wrong time. So you nearly gave me a good servicing, but I was trying to take care of it myself. Yeah. Yeah.
Mate, you're like a woman, mate, that's self-lubricated. What can I say?
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. And you will be able to buy Taffy's juices and other things on his Urbex with Taffy channel coming quite soon. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but also you can also find it on the back of Claire's leggings.
Oh.
No. On the back of my leggings is clay from the mine.
No, it's not. Stop telling everyone that. Jesus.
Gavel the other one. It's up there, Taffy.
Oh my God.
I said to Claire, right, I said, let me wipe my muddy hand like on your bum, like just give it like a good smack. She was like, get off. I was like, oh, well, that's not nice, is it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I was a bit worried.
I'm being told I'm from the Stone Age. Yes, that is the Rhondda Valleys. That is where I come from. We still have dinosaurs that have not been discovered yet. They're walking around.
All they don't know what ink and paper is these days.
Yeah. Yeah, we have these
That's it.
birds that don't have feathers. They just have skin and big, long, sort of like, beaks and things. And they just like swoop down and steal the children.
It sounds a bit like Gav, that does.
Mm. Yeah.
Where's Gav gone?
Gav,
You've gone up. Oh.
Hey.
Lucky the missus wasn't naked then, mate.
That was the closest thing to fuck off that I've seen in a while. Yeah, that was the closest thing to fuck you I've seen in ages.
I'm low laid on the sofa now, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Right then. Well, we got a donation from Random TV. That's very very kind of you. And he says hi. So hi, indeed hi.
Are you guys friends now? Did you make up?
Well,
no.
He's just given me a donation.
Get his money and fuck off.
Yeah. So I will temporarily be his mate. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'll go on a chat where he is he's pitted against me just for comedy value. Somebody brings him on. Yeah, I will. But yeah, I mean,
don't you just want to high five him in the face with a shovel? It's amazing.
Yeah, I want an octoplasm all over him when I give him my hand. He'll be like, "Hello, these are all my sex legs." My legs of sex.
Well, guys, I'm going to be making a move in about 2 minutes because I'm still 2 hours away from home. And the longer I'm sat around, the worse it's going to be.
Get home.
It's driving me nuts, and I've got to be up at the crack of dawn because I have to go to the police station for 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yikes.
So yeah,
it's all good though. Yeah. It's not
this time it is. Yeah, for a change. It makes a change. This time it's actually for a good reason.
Yeah.
So a little bit of education on the old criminal criminal law and civil law and trespassing. So there's a little bit of an update on that as well. So that's going to be pretty cool. Sit in a classroom for about an hour and going, this is what you can't do, this is what you can do, and guess what? You're going to do both. Okay, no worries. Have a nice day. Tra, and then just go, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, I hope you enjoy that. And I hope you learn something.
So, mate, I learn more here than what I do there. It's amazing. So yeah.
Let us know you get on them.
Yeah, man, should be done for about 10 o'clock in the morning. So I literally gonna have about 6 hours sleep, which is more than what I had last night. And I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. So I'm doing pretty well. I'm getting there.
Good
Not
stuff.
right.
Well, it's been a good fun having you today at the thing. And I was going to say we were going to chat about the Heathrow thing, but Taffy was there at the Heathrow thing, and he really enjoyed himself in that as well.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, mate, I was thinking of heading back, mate, just to do a solo explore, mate, just to see how long I could last in there without being caught.
You're crazy.
And do you know what? I might just fuck it all off and then just go live whilst I'm in there, just to piss them off even more. And tag myself in there and go, catch if you can, motherfuckers. I'm the gingerbread man. And then just run. So, yeah.
I tell you, it would be really funny if you had an epic escape route. So they're coming towards you, and they're like, "Well, he can't get away now," and he'd be like, "Oh yes, I can," and it'd be like Rocket Pack or something crazy, like you know,
just like some sort of parachute or something straight up the top of the building, straight over the trees.
Yeah, or zip line, a pre-installed zip line. Yeah, so there's like,
can you just imagine their faces?
Hook on and just out to the base on a zip line.
Yeah. See ya.
Yeah.
I'm off.
Yeah. Can you imagine how cool that would be?
Oh, mate. Just imagine the faces. You're just like flying down over the cars and the dogs go.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
Wouldn't it? It'd just be like... But yeah, so I would like to go back. But it's not going to be anytime soon. But I know the longer I leave it, the harder it's going to get in there. So that's fine. You know, I don't mind that. Like a good challenge. Might just walk straight through the main gates next time.
Don't tip on the chair like
that. There's nothing more funnier when security's running right behind you and you just start running through the buildings and you lose them. It's funny as hell.
I enjoy it.
Like, it'll test Brady's little running shoes, won't it, if it's 15 miles. Let's see how many 15 miles he can get in one day, eh?
Hey, I'm off for that. Let's do it.
They'll just get fed up and just sit back in the hut. You just shout down off the roof. Yo, put the kettle on. T2 sugars.
Yeah.
You can just sit there, can't you?
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm now going to leave where I am now, but I've literally just come into Wales, so I am going to love you all and leave you all. Thank you all very much for today. It's actually been amazing, guys. I can't see in the chat, but for everyone that said hi, I'm not being ignorant. It's just I'm using my phone and I don't know how to use it. So, Claire, thank you for today.
No, thank you.
No, it's okay because I got a perv, so it was worth you paying me 35 quid, wasn't it? Anyway, see you later. Have fun.
See you later, buddy.
All the best, Taffy. You
Bye.
take care. You take care. So Gav's dropped off. I don't know. He's probably had some issues with his phone because I think he was using his mobile. Yeah. Well, there we are then, Mr. Brady. So tell us about Heathrow then. What was all that about?
Oh, mate, that was
Fun.
that was fun, and it was it was one of my first like big explores, and I got to meet Mr. Matt himself. It was my first time meeting.
Oh, you were nice and loud. You're a
I'll
lot
be right back.
louder.
Just step away for a second.
You're quite. Tell you what, could you go in those settings and just turn your volume down a bit because you're way louder than Mindset and Claire.
Pardon?
Blasting. No, he's coming out really nice and loud, but it's a bit too loud, you know.
Told you.
Is that better?
Not you, Claire. Just Brady. Go on, try again.
Is that better?
That's all right. That's cool. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's it. So we're all at the same level. Gareth has gone all Matrix on us, which is interesting.
Yeah, I've just edited my video of that as well. It's up, it's ready to go.
Talking about videos, mine was going to go up tonight, but then Matt had the same one at 8 o'clock. I don't think you knew, but so I just changed mine to Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Can you go out the room, please?
Told you not to
Get out of the room. So yeah, so 8 o'clock Wednesday, mine's going up a bit girly and a bit different because obviously I'm a girl, and you know, a bit different to you guys. Like today in those mines, I did a bit of paranormal as well, so that'd be another one to look out for.
What?
I did paranormal.
Where?
In the mine.
Oh.
It's not with it. But yeah,
he has got cotton in his ears, and we're not. That's not the joke that people say. What's the matter with you? You've got cotton in your ears. Yeah, he has actually got cotton in his ears. Yeah.
He's a baby. That's what he is. No, it's had an ear infection since I would say the C word, COVID.
Oh right, yeah.
Since
So you
December,
got some drops to stick in there all the time, is that?
Yeah, I've got drops now.
different ones. Yeah.
I've had antibiotics, everything. It's not worked.
Ah.
They've got to send me to an ENT specialist.
Well,
So,
fingers crossed they'll find a way in the end.
hopefully.
I've had
There might be that.
I've had
I
earache.
won't have to hear Claire moaning so much.
He can't hear
It's
me
not so bad.
anyway, so I can call him all sorts now, and he don't even hear it. It's great fun. He's like,
Yes.
"What?"
It's good you get it sorted though, because a mate of mine, he had one of those and he lost a lot of his hearing from it, you know. So do keep going and getting it sorted. Like stay on top of that one. Yeah,
Yeah, I am.
good stuff.
Brady, what was your favourite bit the other night in that, or the other day in the plane bit?
Right, it's got to be the massive simulators. That's probably the best part of that place, I reckon. It's just wow, as if just left. It's mental, something like that. It's just left to just rot. Like they spent all that money and we'll just leave it. Fine. I don't get it. It's mental.
Then just the area so big, everything just left, wouldn't it? Like in my video, I named it the apocalypse. It looked like something out of a movie, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Really good in there. It is like, it's weird when you go in there. It feels weird, like you're really inside the aeroplane as well. It's like, I've never been in the big one like that actually. Only the small ones. Can't afford a big one.
I wonder whether somebody on the inside could tell us whether they tried to sell those simulators or get rid of them in some way, because I mean, you know what companies are like, they don't want anyone else to have any sort of competition against them, so maybe they don't want to sell them. Maybe that is part of the strategy. It's like, no, we're not selling our simulators, we're going to put them in a skip. Yeah. Well, why waste it? We all see it as waste, but they see it from a competition point of view. Like, they don't want anyone having something that might get them ahead, and giving them a simulator means that, because BA probably make a lot of money, I imagine, from investing in those simulators. And I bet you they have pilots from all over the world paying to come and train in them. And if they go giving away simulators to, small countries or small organisations, then they're going to see a decrease in the amount of pilots who have to come through them. So maybe that's why they don't want that stuff being recycled. They just want it all binned.
It's all rotten away and just left. And what makes me laugh is how much does that security cost a week?
Yeah, and they're not.
It must cost them a fortune.
You know what I mean? How much a day?
Yeah.
It's just I just can't work out why they do this to places and then pay for security, which is going to cost more money.
Yeah, I mean,
to be honest, I know.
Top it off their crap security as well.
Well,
I was going to say. I mean, they went. We got in there and got out.
I mean, ultimately, if they're not going to do anything with the building, leaving it to rot I mean, just knock it down straight away, and that's your security money. You don't have to pay then for security because you just knocked it down. So, you know, it's just like
But
all
don't
this.
do that. Where to explore.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's finding out what, but they're so big, these companies. I think they. It's like with the military. They got so much money. All they want is the next thing, and all the rubbish they leave behind them. Somebody else's problem. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we'll deal with that again. You know, it's just like the next thing. We want the latest aircraft. What about the old aircraft? Oh, we'll deal with that again. Next aircraft carrier, next ship. You know, it's like.
What do they do with the old aircrafts? Is there, because I've seen a few of these plane graveyard places. So the ones that are no good, and the thing you told me, Matt, about the Boeing, all that stuff, that I learnt so much that day.
Well, some aircraft, when they reach the end of their service life, they're not allowed to be flown as passenger aircraft anymore because the airframes are not considered safe enough. So they have to just, even though they could put new engines on there and new components and they know how to service them, they're not allowed to. So they have to take them out of service. So they do have a service life, and you can't really go beyond those service lives. So you do have places like at Kemble Airfield. There's a stack of 747s just sitting next to the runway, and they can take parts off them and sell the parts to people, you know, sell them to other countries, but those parts have to be recertified and then before they can be put back on as second-hand parts. But you can't actually have the airframe. That bit is like, because it's been bent and stretched so many times, you can't. So they are basically then gutted, you know, the aircraft and sold as parts or reduced to scrap value.
It's sad, especially that.
is.
Sad, just like you like, and even like in my video, say to you, Matt, at one point, like you don't even realise how much like goes into training until you walk into somewhere like that. You don't realise what goes into all the work to train somebody. Like you just don't think of anything like that, do you? And then when you're in, it's in front of you. You go in the air bit, and I've been on an aeroplane, and you look at the front of the airplane and the cockpit and all the buttons, all the levers, all that stuff you showed us. I wouldn't know where to start. And I think, how do they do it? Because I would forget. And it's just, there's hundreds of buttons there and one wrong one. And you're going, no, it is crazy. It makes you think. Like now I'm thinking, should I ever go on an aeroplane again?
Yeah.
It's
You
like
gotta get your COVID passport to get on the airplane now.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like doctors have to do, because they do these things where they say, right, name all the bones in the body from the head to the toe. Yeah, and they go, and they've got to go da, 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 and they've got to list them all down, and then they say, right, name all the bones from one side of the body to the other, and they test them, and it's like these really wicked tests they have to do, and they have to remember all the chemicals, all the things, what symptoms mean what, and they constantly test them, and you know, like getting in the head, and eventually it starts to stick. You know, and they start to be, but you have to keep it up. You have to keep that sort of practice up, you know, and that's why, even though they have to know every button, every switch, what it does, what it connects to, and sort of have a pretty good idea of the knock-on effects, that if I push that button, someone else is going to turn off. Yeah. But just to make sure they don't do that, they always have to work from checklists, because they forget. They might forget one thing on the checklist, that aircraft's coming down. You know,
how they do it. Like, you just don't think when you're sat on an aeroplane and they're through that door, what they're doing. You just don't see it, and you don't realise it's quite overwhelming. Many things are like that. When I think, again, like I said, on my finger, and I go in and look at something, and then like go and stand in it, it felt Brady, didn't it? It felt like real. You know what I mean? When you're in there, it is quite intimidating. I think it's quite scary. It is, looking at all that, thinking, whoa, our life is in like all them people in that aircraft. It's in their hands. Just that one thing. No, it's scary.
Can I ask a question which is kind of unrelated, but it's been on my mind since we started the stream today? So for Urban Paranormal 666. So urban, I get it. You're an urban explorer. Paranormal, I get it. You're into paranormal.
Yeah.
666.
Right. Because there's a lot of channels of paranormal, I have to put something on there, but I put 666 because it stands out. It can mean angel number 666, which are good luck, and it can also mean the other 666, which is bad. So you can look at it anyway, and that's up to you. But that's what I call it, because you could get probably there's someone else out there called Urban Paranormal. Or,
Well, there was Urban Paranormal 665. I don't know, but if you've seen that channel.
no. But I've changed the name a lot. I can't make my mind up, but I've just wanted to stick, because like I say, I do a bit of urban on my channel. I do a bit of paranormal. Today I did the place we went in, the mine, and I did do some calling out. So I've got a good little video in there. And I will do it if I can, but on the aircraft site today, obviously, realistically, I'm not going to be able to do paranormal unless we knew it was really safe and pee around like that. So I just enjoyed exploring today, and I put an exploring video up from it, like I did with the airplane. So my channel has got a little bit of a mixture, and I do interviews. I've got someone coming on that's been on Ghost Adventures next week.
I saw the one you did a few weeks ago with the medium guy.
Yeah, I have a lot of people.
I saw that one. That was good.
He prefers you call him modest height, not medium. Yeah.
Yeah. I know that you had the medium on a couple weeks ago, and I think next week you got extra large coming on. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's it.
I'm joking. Come on, I'm kidding. Everyone's like I'm being so serious. I'm just kidding.
No, I've got someone coming on. You know, someone that's quite well known, and you know, I do talk to a lot of people over in America. I do have a lot of conversations with people paranormal, but at the minute, paranormal has been really hard because paranormal people don't like urban people, and some urban people don't like paranormal people. So paranormal people are not going out at the minute because of lockdown, and a lot of them people won't go and do it, where I go into urban so I could do a bit, and then they go, oh, but why are you doing paranormal? You're not meant to do it. And it's quite nasty and quite
it's like you get your own it's like you're in your own path, and they won't let you veer away to try other stuff because they always expect this from you.
It's not that. It's just at the minute, people that are doing paranormal hire buildings, and it's COVID, and they can't get in them because of lockdown. And the attitude I get is, well, why should you be doing paranormal when we can't? That's what I get questioned, and I get a lot of criticism, but I actually don't care. So I can't care about. I've got too many other things to worry about than worry about what someone else is thinking of me. And I've had nasty comments. I've had some nasty comments on my channel. I've had nasty comments on Facebook, but you know, let them get on with it.
Yeah, best to ignore it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if your job was paranormal, you could say, I'm doing my job, and everybody go, oh, it's okay then. I'm off to do my paranormal job now. And you know, like you could go off to go work, you know, in a factory, or you could work in an office. I'm off to do my office job now. Not a problem. Not a problem. Oh, I'm off to do my paranormal hobby. Oh my God, don't you care about people in society? Don't you care what you're doing to everybody else? You've got no respect. And it's like, if I use the word job instead of hobby, it makes all the difference. People are idiots.
Just out of curiosity, who from Ghost Adventures is coming on?
We've got God, it's gone out of my head now. We've got someone coming on that was meant to come on my channel the other day. Not Ghost Adventures. He appeared in one of the series, the earlier one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's gone out my head. The name's just gone. I've had a long day. Completely gone. Can you the name? I ain't got it in front of me. I got sieve memory today, so but it's someone George Zeppelin. George. He was in what was it, the mine? He went down the gold mine. I can't remember the name of the mine. The mine.
Yeah.
The mine.
He was in one of the earlier episodes, you're saying.
Yeah, and there was he had a horrible experience, but yeah, he's going to come on because he does a lot of paranormal.
What are your thoughts about Ghost Adventures in general? Do you watch it regularly?
Right, I do like Ghost Adventures. I've always watched different programs, but I've veered away from them a lot lately. But I do know, you know, a lot of people watch them. I do like watching them, but then I sometimes, like you do, a lot of people on TV, they write for entertainment purposes. So
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Remember that it is for entertainment purposes. Yeah. And
I love Ghost Adventures. I'm a big fan.
They've got to make TV, and I get that, but they do things that are real. You know, they're not going to get people viewing if it was all fake. So
Yeah, but I'm at the point where I don't care if it's real or not. I just enjoy the show.
I enjoy a lot
Yeah.
of shows.
I mean, hopefully it's real, but if it's not, I don't give a shit. It's just a fun show to watch.
Do you watch the Foreman Brothers? They're
No.
brilliant. They investigate people that have got family members. They've gone missing, and what they've done, they've gone out with using the EVP stuff, and they've looked for missing people, and they've got information, and they've helped families, and they've recovered bodies and stuff like that. They're Foreman Brothers. They're brilliant. A couple of brothers go about, really laid back, chilled. But they do house investigations, which I can do, but I choose. Well, I don't have lots of people contact me. If I get people contact me, I will go around and help them. And but like I say to anyone, I can't make something go that I don't want to go. But if I'm happy to leave, I can help them move over. But you don't know what you're dealing with sometimes. I've seen some really bad, crazy stuff anyway. So from the life I've lived, I've seen a lot of weird paranormal stuff. I've been running a team for 10 years. So can you shut up? My son is army crawling across the front room floor because he don't want to be
quite right too. Yeah, that's all I can say.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
No, I think with the shows, like me, I don't need to. Some people do a lot of things for entertainment on their channel. You will see my channel. I don't do things for entertainment. I will be me. If I get nothing, I get nothing. I will still record it and I will still put the video up. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Simple. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it is though. It's all entertainment. It's just
Don't
fun.
watch it. I'm not going to start throwing stuff. That ain't me. I just do, what I do and believe in what I do, and that's me.
Sure, absolutely.
And I get really good
So
stuff.
do you come at it? Do you come at cut you off? I can speak. Do you come at it from a more spiritual aspect, or do you come at it from a more scientific, rational aspect? Or
Right.
what do you do?
I'm sensitive, feel spirit, and I've picked up spirit from when I'm little, and I literally feel touch. I feel energy. I work with energy. I can't explain my gift. It's very hard, but I do pick up things, read things, and I can feel energy when there's a spirit near. I do, attract them quite a lot. Do pull them in quite a lot. I do a lot of spirit board stuff, which obviously I haven't done when I've been out with these guys.
The Ouija board, you mean?
Spirit, yeah, I've got loads of them. I've done them for a long time, and I do not advise anyone to go out and just do them. I've got a lot of experience. I've done a lot of things. I've had a lot of things happen. I've learned over the years what to do, what not to do. I do not advise anyone to go and do it in your house. Go, let's have a week. You've got to be careful. You've got to realise. I'm going to do that low later.
By the way, before we get too far away from
Sorry about that.
No, it's all right.
dude.
Before we get just not what we're talking about, but before we get too far away from a point we made earlier on, I just remembered a joke. This was from the two. Oh, hello. Hello. She's like, oh my God, no, you got to wait 30 seconds, love. That's how it works. Yeah. She'll appear now. She goes, but I'm not there anymore. It's like, yeah, that's right. It's called time delay.
It is paranormal.
It is spooky, that. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, this is from the two Ronnies where they're doing the news presentation at the end, and he says, "You like this one, Claire? This is for you, right? Tonight, a psychic dwarf escaped from Brixton Prison. Police have issued a statement saying they are looking for a small, medium, at large."
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Well, listen,
A psychic
that's a
dwarf.
good one. That's a real good one.
Are you calling me a psychic dwarf? No, I'm joking.
No, I'm not I'm not calling you a psychic dwarf.
I know, I was joking.
Oh, okay.
I just think people don't laugh.
Why?
I've just got rid of.
Are you telling me you've been hiding the fact that you're a psychic dwarf? Have you been hiding this from me?
I could change my channel name again now.
Are you wearing stilettos or something? What the hell? Are you a psychic dwarf? I think she's lying to us here. I think she doesn't actually qualify as a dwarf. She's too big. You can't get in that club unless you are like below a certain height, Claire. No matter how much you want to, you can't.
What is this, like below 5 feet?
You're too tall to be a dwarf. Yeah.
The qualification?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can see you, Ty. I'll put you on camera if you keep laughing at me. My daughter is actually laughing at me, so I'm going to put this camera on her, right, and then show you. Where is she?
Yeah. Look,
You didn't.
on the,
Come on,
she's on the
now.
she's on the minor television. She's on the want to be television.
There you go.
Yeah.
They take the mickey out of me because I do
She's-
paranormal.
She's on telly.
But no, they actually, she does it with me. She's done it with me, so she knows it's not a load of rubbish. And he has as well. They all have actually, so they can all sit there laughing.
Yeah, you never get Piers Morgan doing a program as serious as this. I mean, you know, he's
No.
just got all these like,
Good shooter.
yeah, this is as good as it gets, I'm afraid. So yeah, well, we were chatting about the Heathrow. Anything? No, it's all right. But I was just thinking, because people have seen the video, we all ran in there and we had to sort of get in, try and not create too much noise.
Well,
And we got on the roof and then we had to look at the security guards, sort of like, you know, clock their positions, managed to get into a new section, which was that
you see him in the background.
The
conference
is it the
centre.
canteen bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
conference
camera.
and canteen centre. Yeah, that sort of
Yeah.
place. So yeah, I mean we've I think
Now you've
we've
got-
nearly done it. There's only one building, but I just kind of forgot about that. There's one building there that hasn't been done, but it's a building that just seems like it's out of the way. Oh, here we go.
I'm fascinated. Can we have just Urban Paranormal do a full-time live stream just from
Yeah.
the living room? It's fascinating.
Does he have to go to physiotherapy for help with his problem? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, don't worry, Claire. They can take care of these things. One day he will walk. He just has to
It
believe.
reminded me of
Yeah.
Anyone got him
reminded me of that movie Tusk.
Yeah.
behind me? They're laughing, all laughing.
It's in special SEAL training. He's just like off. not special forces SEAL training. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arf.
Oh dear.
Mm,
Maybe soon.
yeah.
Crazy stupid.
Yeah.
We can't get on. Yeah, special chill.
Yeah. Come in, Special Agent SEAL. Come on, throw me a fish. Come on. He goes his catchphrase like, "Come on, throw me a fish."
Yeah. Come on, Seal.
Yeah.
Sing Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dear me.
Yeah. God. When
God.
What's it
We've
like,
lost him.
Matt, to lose control of your live stream?
well, happens a lot.
He's like,
He's eaten his own neck. Look, he's almost down to the chest. He could be down to the hips by look, his head has gone. He has eaten his own neck. There we are. Yeah.
oh, should get my son to do it again.
Did you put the fish on the other side of the room? That's why he was going to get to it. Yeah.
He's making me laugh.
Oh dear.
He's making me laugh because he's laughing. Oh,
I saw Ben Emlyn Jones do that once, trying to get across the stage. So he didn't want to walk in front of the cameras, so he got down on his hands and knees and he sort of did this like scarab beetle sort of like.
Did he really?
Yeah, he scooted along the floor, and I thought that's the weirdest thing I've seen in a long time. That was bloody weird as hell.
About that.
Yeah, tell him
gotta
about
ask him about
a scuttle, floor scuttler. It was like
That's awesome.
it's like as if he turned into something out of Miles Johnson's Bad Dreams.
a scuttler. The
Yeah.
scuttlers.
He's got.
The black goo.
He turned into a like
A
a
scuttler.
no, I was going to say cockroach because it was a bit demeaning, that, isn't it? He turned into an insect thing, and not at all like a cockroach. Any type of insect apart from a cockroach, and scuttled. He scuttled.
How long ago was that? When Ben did that shit?
Oh, it was that time that Miles hired like a 2,000-seater hall and never advertised the event, so that he got like 7 people, or were his mates, including the crew. That it totaled the crew and everybody. And he said that I was a bastard because it was my fault. And I'm like, no, you meant to advertise it. I just told you the last one was a success. If you want to have another place similar or bigger, and he went bigger, but then he didn't advertise it. I said, see, no, if you'd only done the advertising bit, you know.
Oh my God, it's genius.
I mean, you can have a car, you can have wheels, you can have road tax, but you do have to have fuel, right? Just remember, there's a lot of things that have to be right before it works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never laughed
Bless
so
him.
much.
That's where Ben scuttled across the floor, and you know, it wasn't like there was a big audience there to kind of hide from. We're like, Ben, come back.
What are you doing?
Ben,
did you see that?
Come back.
Did you
What have you done?
Matt,
What?
that was so funny. It deserves £2. That's off random TV. Give you another £2.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Yeah.
He really wants to be friends with you again.
I will be your sealant. Arf, arf, arf. Throw me more pounds. Arf, 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 arf. Yeah. Throw me pounds, and I will catch them in my mouth. Yeah.
I'm gonna get my son again.
Someone just asked me, Brady, have you got laid more since going grey? Asking for a friend. Hey? Okay. No, I haven't. That's a very random question.
Do blonde, then you get laid more. Do blonde, bleach it.
Are you starting to go grey in the hair?
Have you seen the grey?
Oh yeah, little speckles. Yeah.
It's a sign of being wise.
Mm-hmm. By wise, she means old.
How old do you think I am?
You're younger than me, aren't you?
40.
Oh, thanks. No.
What?
You're younger than me.
I am, yeah.
Now then. Say no more.
Brady, you're only as old as the woman you feel.
Hey, thinking about that one.
I'm just trying to think how old was the last woman I felt. Yeah, that's all right.
Getting over that laughing, aren't you, Brady?
Oh no.
Yeah, imagine if you did your hair blonde. I used to have blonde hair for a while because it was all falling out. So it was like I thought, all right, I'll have one last blast at this. But you got a lot of hair, so why not damage it with peroxide and chemicals? Yeah, so, why not? Yeah. So, but one last blast. The women will love it, right? Because you'll be a blondie, right? And you could call your channel "Exploring with Blondie." That'd stick.
Exploring with Blondie. Yeah.
Blondie.
Yeah.
Matt, were you going to play a video?
I was going to show you a little bit of this. Did I send it to you, Mindset? Professor Simon Holland. Do you watch any of his stuff?
I think you sent it to me as well.
I'm trying to think who that is.
Professor Simon Holland. He's this ex-BBC producer, kind of directory, editory guy, and he now lives in France with his goats and his wife. Not in that order, by the way. So you know, wife comes first, then goats, obviously, and obviously, you know, depending on whether the goats are cute.
Is he the guy?
Yeah.
Is he the guy with like one tooth?
he's kind of. I'm not going to say anything at this point. I'm going to go. He's a bit. He's got a sort of arrangement of teeth. Yeah, let's put it like that. As many people have.
I know who you're talking about now. Yeah, I've seen him.
But he's a nice chap, and I have kept in, like, sent him comments for a while. And when he started getting onto this Rudlow Manor thing, I said, yeah, if you want to use my footage, you can. And he gave us a big shout out. So, yeah, Simon Holland's great vids. But he calls himself Professor Simon Holland. And this is a big contention thing because he is not a professor now. No.
Oh.
So he just likes to use that as a jokey sort of title because he does videos that are pseudo-scientific, and then you call him the professor of pseudoscience and opinions and mythology, and so yeah.
Yeah, I remember he did a video about a year or two ago about the Tic Tac UFO encounter.
Mm-hmm.
And it was strange because he wouldn't go there, if you know what I mean. He'd go everywhere except there. And I found that a little off-putting.
Excuse me.
Do you know what I mean?
I think, Brady, you need to swallow a Tic Tac.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Help your digestion. Yeah.
Someone's asking on the 5 how old I am.
I'm 32, if you didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Bloody hell. That's it's nearly
I think
nearly half some of our age.
If you lose this facial hair, that's how old you look.
What, I'll look for... You've lost me there.
Yeah. He's saying you could look younger.
If you
shave.
Yeah.
If you shave.
Yeah.
Did you say 32 or 40?
I'm 32.
Fucking hell, I'm old enough to be your mother.
I'm 33 on the 22nd of this month.
There you go.
Oh, I'm a lot older than you.
That's the good thing about getting older. It happens to everyone.
Yeah, true. I mean, touch wood. I've still got my hair. Touch wood.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's got a good set of hair. But yeah, you could maybe do it as a sort of blonde Mohican or something.
There you go.
Well, I have to dye it pink, so.
What?
I said when I reached 1,000 subscribers, I was going to dye my hair pink. So.
Well, please, everyone had. I'll dye my hair pink.
And you're over 1,000 now. You're over 1,000. So
I'm not.
What are you on? You haven't got 1,000. You have.
I'm on 1,000. I'm on 1.2.
Oh, so your fans are waiting for you to.
So you're
come
over
good.
1,000, and then you bring that up.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have said a word.
Everyone keeps bringing it up. I'm waiting for the hairdresser to open because I want to get my hair cut at the same time. So I may as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get it done all at once.
Mm.
I wouldn't moan about your subscribers because mine, Matt, I got help from you. Mine is still 550.
Right, but you jumped though, didn't you? You had a good little jump.
Good job.
A good jump. So anyway, folks, if you want to help these people out on here, Exploring with Brady, Mindset Central, Urban Paranormal 666, all producing materials of a like that you may want to view.
Yeah.
And
I tell you what I'll do. I swear, right? If I can get to 1,000 subscribers on my channel, I promise you, I won't do anything.
Mm. Okay.
I like that.
If I get to 1,000, I get my son to come down and crawl across the floor again.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just go.
I would get him to do it. Do the caterpillar.
There you go.
He's
Okay,
gonna kill
but
me
we'll hold you to it, Gareth. You have to sit in front of your microphone when you do a show and do absolutely nothing for about 3 hours. Whilst we drink beers.
I'll
you
get
have
one
to-
of those loops
yeah.
like Jordan did of me just standing like this for freaking 3
Yeah.
hours,
I think-
and then I'll be good.
I thought Matt learned that one then. He was just like,
Matt, listen,
Matt.
Oh yeah, has he been on
Where is
recently?
he?
I haven't seen. I
No,
haven't seen him yet.
yeah, he was on yesterday. He was on yesterday.
Oh, he was. Okay, cool.
We shouldn't take the piss out of the Diddy men. The Diddy man.
Fuck you, Diddy.
Barry's putting all our links up, I think now.
Thank you, Barry.
Barry does a lot for us.
So, does anybody have any questions? If you have any questions for us, if you put them in capitals, we'll know that they're questions and not just chit chat between yourselves in the chat section. And yeah, well, we've done quite a bit recently. We've obviously done Heathrow. We've done this place we did today. You've probably, I would imagine, Claire's probably got a couple of hours of material from going down this quarry, maybe.
Yeah, I've got some brilliant stuff in there, and I nipped out yesterday as well to a house, so time capsule. Farm.
Urban Paranormal. Have you ever considered going on an urbex somewhere and going somewhere deep in like a tunnel or wherever, and then opening your backpack, pulling out the Ouija board, and going at it?
I would go and do it, but then I don't like to do it with people that don't do paranormal, because some people.
No, you do it solo. You don't, just you on your own in the middle of nowhere.
They tell you not
in the morning.
It's dangerous.
I know, but can you imagine how compelling that footage would be? People will be glued to your fucking channel.
They probably might watch it, but I couldn't see a lot happening. But
it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if anything happens. The fact that you're just doing it.
The day was good, but I wasn't on my own. I don't know if I could. It's quite scary in the of mind on your own. And I think about safety. I'm always quite aware of safety, and because I wouldn't want to be on my own and something fell down and shot me up. I've got to be warning them. I think you've got to be very aware and safe.
If something like that happened, though, the shoe would be on the other foot, right?
So,
Go and haunt you.
Hello. Joe Marshall is on here, actually. Joe Marshall, I've just scrolled up, he's on here. Hello, Joe. Hello. Melody.
Hello, Joe.
Melody, thank you for your super chat. She did say, have you seen my super chat? It says, you make me smile. Love everyone. Okay, so I will love them all when I've got some spare time.
Ouija boards are not fake. I'm telling you now, I've done them 10 years and I've had very personal messages. My partner passed away, my ex-partner, and I've done him 3 times through. There's no way they're fake.
Yeah.
Ouija boards are not fake. I've seen one.
I've done one before, and they are not fake.
People do ruin it though. The people that do push it, and I have it when I go to private. This is why I don't like private investigations in the big teams, because you pay to go to an event, you're with strangers, you don't know, they start messing around, pushing it. They ruin it for the people that are serious, and so that's why I run my own team now, because I'm with the people I trust. You've got to work with people you trust, and family and stuff like that, and then you got to have your own experience. That's what I say to anyone. Come back and talk to me when you've had your own experience.
What kind of board do you have? What kind of board do you have? Is it like the Parker Brother board, a specialized one, or one that was made especially for you? What kind of board do you use?
Because it's right next.
It's got yes, no, and goodbye.
That's it.
Those are your options.
That's it.
So people with me earlier, they're just all around my house actually. I've got one that's new I haven't used much. That lights up in the dark.
Oh, that's a good one.
All right. I've never seen one that shape.
Yeah.
So this one I've had for about 8-9 years. This is an angel
wow.
board. And this is my board that I've had probably a good 200-300 spirits through on. This is amazing and never lets me down, this board. It's tuned into me. These two over here, they've even worked with board work. My daughter and my husband have done a lot of it with me. We've helped people. The other day we did a private, went to a private thing and did a house and brought a private message through and worked, privately as well. But I do not recommend. I normally refuse to go in houses and do these, but it was sort of a family, so it was a bit different. But I wouldn't go in and start opening stuff up and doing stuff in people's houses I didn't know, because I just, I don't know what I'm going to do if I open something up bad.
Mm.
You've got to know. You've got to be really careful with what you're doing with people.
Yeah.
Got to be mindful, because there are a lot of people out there that do fake it, but there are a lot of people out there it is real. And if you've seen the real stuff like me, you'll know not to mess with it all.
Yeah, I used to know someone about 10, 15 years ago, and she used to go, she used to do it on her own, do the boats solo.
You've got to be careful.
And she would go into a trance. Like her face would change and everything. It was amazing. Really cool.
Different type of medium, where I'm clairsentient. I'm more, there's all the clairs, isn't there? There's all the different gifts. Clairsentient is more the gift where, right, I could feel the spirit. If they had a heart attack, they put the pain of the heart on me. If they were strangled or hung, I'd get the hanging feeling. I get the pains going through. I get all the sensations. I'm quite very open. And people go, oh, you're nuts. But do you know what? People can think I'm nuts. I don't really care, because I know that I've got a gift and it isn't something that in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've worked with a lot of people, and I've worked with people from America and done stuff, with a lot of people that are quite far up in paranormal worlds. I've met Katrina Bardem. I've been with her work where she done a thing over in England. Met her at a place over here. I've met quite a few big people, and serious people, not people that are just going to look at you and put you down.
Yeah, because I find it really interesting, because I've done stuff before. I mean, I've been around stuff before. I do find it really interesting, and I feel things myself. I always have. Yeah, I always have, and I've seen things in my house lots of times. I do find it interesting. I don't find it scary. I find it interesting.
Brady, do you live alone?
No.
Okay.
Don't be scared.
I was just wondering who that was behind you. That's all.
It's probably the farmer that stood at the end of my bed one night.
Oh, do you know what? I see energy, like, when you're driving your car in hot weather and you see the energy coming up off the road.
Mm-hmm.
I see spirit like that when they're stood. I see the silhouette, and I
like kind of like
the heat haze.
The heat. That's how I see them, and that's how I see them. I think I would, if I saw a full apparition, and I haven't seen one in all the years I've done it. I've seen light anomalies coming out the floor and stuff like that. You were there when that one happened, but
Brady,
I've seen that.
I've got to ask.
Run.
So that you said you had a farmer standing at the end of your bed. Now, I'm not taking the piss. I'm taking the piss.
No.
Right. Okay. I'm not taking the piss. Yeah. Right. But how do you know he was a farmer? Was he like wearing a straw hat and he had a piece of straw coming out of his?
Typically dressed like a farmer, because where we live,
doing a farmer dance.
It's farmland.
Right.
It's farmland, and there's all mines around here.
Did he tell you to get off his land? That's all I'm saying.
Did he have a T-shirt on
No,
saying
literally.
"I am a farmer" T-shirt?
Yeah.
You knew he was a farmer.
Yeah, because it was a typical farmer look in my eyes.
Did he have a certain type of clothing on then? It was a clothing thing.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Brady.
Tweed top.
Seriously though, when you saw this guy,
or tweed trousers,
was he a farmer or a member of the village people? Just saying.
It was definitely a farmer, because I've never seen a full apparition before, and that was the first time I've ever seen one. My God, it was, you can't move. I just froze, and I was like, what the hell? And the next minute, he just turned black and went. I was like, holy, yeah. So that's the first time it was.
You can attract them in with just even objects, and I don't know if I can't remember his name, the haunted collector. If people that buy like stuff from secondhand shops and don't cleanse it, that can cause problems as well. And if you've bought an item or something there and it belonged, they can follow you. There's all them stories, but Matt's laughing. But no, I was
just thinking sex toys. Like, you should definitely cleanse those. You should definitely cleanse those before use. Yeah. In any ceremony. Yeah.
Wow. All the urbexes find loads of them on bloody Explores, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Bondage house.
Monty Coachman said, did he give me a ploughing? No, he fucking didn't. Me. Oh,
Well, no, seriously though,
No, you
all
just-
joking aside, can you tell us the story, Brady? What happened? No, no more joking, but like seriously. So what happened?
Did he plant his seeds? Sorry. Sorry.
Jesus fucking. Oh, mate. Yeah, basically, I was asleep in this room, in my bed. It was, must have been, about 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, just woke up and I just thought, who the hell's at the end of the bed? And this farmer, I'm going to call him a farmer because that's how I perceived him as. Literally just stared at me, and I just couldn't move. It was a weird feeling, and the next minute, it just turned black and just disappeared. And I was like,
that's crazy. I mean, I've never seen a farmer spontaneously turn it like black and get it. What was it? The afro? Did he start going like, "Hey, Katanga"? What was it? Was the skin just the skin, or was it the voice? You know, did he sort of, "Hey man, you got any ganja?" Sorry, stereotypes. But
tell you what, you'll joke about this and then you'll bloody go and see something.
I know. I mean, like seeing a ghost is one thing, but seeing one that turns into a black man at the end of your bed at night, that is something else.
Did he say anything to you? Did he make eye contact? Was he aware of you and you were aware of him?
He stared at me, and then it just disappeared.
So he was looking. So
pretty much.
But so he knew you were there, and you knew he was there. So there was a connection made.
And I tried shouting out, and I couldn't. It was weird. It was a weird feeling.
What happens is because of your fear, something kicks in on your body. I don't, Matt, you know all this sort of stuff. Like it's a fear thing. I heard spirit talking, and I felt my cover getting pulled, and I had the same thing. I couldn't talk and couldn't move. It's something to do with your body kicking in a fear, isn't it, or something like that?
Well, your body produces a drug which actually paralyzes you when you go to sleep, and it's a very, very small amount of it, and it doesn't wear off when you wake up sometimes. So you can actually wake up, but you can't move, and you're aware of then you're trying to move, but you can't, and eventually it'll wear off, and you kind of can move, And some people believe that when you're in that state where you've been jolted out of sleep, that you can still be kind of hallucinating. They think that you could be hallucinating the things that you see.
You're not awake or asleep. You're in that kind of nether region.
This is the scientific explanation. Yeah.
Right.
It's a scientific explanation.
Is that what they call sleep paralysis?
Sleep paralysis, yeah. Now it's funny because dogs
even though
move and twitch when they're asleep.
Yeah, they do. Even though the scientific explanation is probably true, that doesn't mean that it's true for all cases. Right?
I believe about that.
So it might be true for the vast majority of cases, but not all.
I think where it becomes interesting, I mean, like if there's some sort of extra thing that happens, which you can say, well, that was weird because that wasn't part of the dream. That's obviously not a dream. Right. I mean, two events. I had very similar thing. Woke up, saw a black shape there, and it sort of disappeared, and I went, oh, like that. And then the dog started barking downstairs. I think it was like something like that. The dog started barking. I was like, well, why is the dog barking? Because I haven't made any noises. So what's triggered the dog? Because the dog would not normally sort of start up and start barking downstairs. So that was a bit of a weird one. And another thing with animals, again, I was in like somebody's house who said, come round. I've got a ghost. See if you can see it if you want. My house is quite haunted. I was like, okay. So I just slept on the settee. She said, my cats, they hate people. They'll leave. Don't worry, you won't see them. They'll just leave all night long. That'll be fine. And I woke up to these cats on me. And they were like nudging me and pushing me. And then I sort of like saw this figure in a seat across the other side of the room. And he was sort of like there. And I was like, what's that? And it was like looking at it. And I'm a sort of person who's like, don't take your eyes off it. Don't take your eyes off it. Don't take your eyes off it. Because if you take your eyes off it, it'll be gone. Don't. And it sort of dissolved out. And then when it was gone, the cats just went, see ya. And they were like, gone. Because they don't like strangers. So it's like, and I said to her in the morning, your cats were all over me last night. And I said, I saw a strange figure. And I said, when the figure disappeared, the cats didn't want to know. You know, it's
So
like...
Matt, you got the same thing as the dissolving that he got.
Yeah, but the thing is, if it was just internal inside somebody's own experience, then why were the cats reacting? Why did the dogs start barking? That's where it's like, if you could capture, like if you set up a camera or something to try and capture something, you know, then you got something. Because I mean, a lot of people could easily say, and with some justification, you know, well, you know, can you prove it just wasn't a dream? And the answer is probably no, you couldn't, unless you've got that extra something.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a partner that you sleep with, something happens, you know, and you know.
Yeah, I was slapped in the face by a ghost and woken up.
Yeah. And
Sounds ridiculous.
and your wife was
Doesn't that
totally
sound-
asleep at the time, yeah.
She was.
She was totally asleep. Absolutely.
I was, you know, when you get slapped, when you get slapped in the face, and you, it's so hard, your ear goes beep, you know, that kind of thing, like a real whack in the face. Well, that's what happened to me one night. I woke up with my ear was, I was like, what the hell? My face was still numb from the slap, and I woke up and I was completely awake, and I looked towards the end of the bed, and there was an old man standing there.
The high pitched frequency is them coming in because you're
Gareth,
into their...
take what you can get. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. And you know, I wasn't scared or anything, but the crazy thing, so I thought I'm going to get out of bed and go over to this guy. So I reached down.
These opportunities don't come often, so you know, take what you can get.
I pulled the covers off me to get out of bed, and as I did that, he was gone. There was nobody there.
Oh,
maybe
maybe he knew you had no money. Yeah,
that's probably what it was.
he wanted payment. Payment before service.
Have to have their own experience or something happen, especially people that I've had people that are skeptics come into my team and work with me, and then they've left completely different. And you know, I just said, if you do, you know, I'm not going to push it onto you. Come round, see what it's about. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But they've left overwhelmed, amazed, and wanted to go again. So I think you've just got to. I always let people have their own, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
About it. I've never preached it onto people. If you don't like it, don't like it. If you think it's fake, you think it's fake. I don't care. I'm happy. It's the way you've got to be in the paranormal like world thing. It's so bitchy and so some nasty people.
Well, it's the same in everything, right? It's the same in like in ufology. It's the same in Bigfoot research. It's the same. You name it. There's always backstabbers and issues and bullshit in any group you're in.
My attitude is now, just think of me. I don't care about what they think no more, because if I'm happy and it makes me happy and it's helped me mentally as well with what I do, and the urbex, the exploring, you're meeting good people, you're getting out, it's brilliant. You're learning things, you know, you're learning a lot of stuff. Like today, just going in them simple places, what was in there, you know, I'm learning. It's amazing, really. You know, even my husband, he would agree, you know, it's another world out there. You need to, like they say, you only live once. Get out there, do what you can, even if, you know, anything you can. Don't sit in well, obviously with lockdown, but you know, get out there.
Life is a cabaret, my friend.
Like me, I've climbed down caves, which I've said to Matt about the car caves. Amazing place. Dangerous place, do not advise it. And it is stupid, because if you do fall, you probably would be very injured or dead. And I've done it, and you know, I've done things in my life that I never thought I'd ever do, and just traveling with people and the places I went in today, it's brilliant. And I recommend for them people out there that say that it's crap or shit or why'd you do that crap, get out there and do something with your life, because you'll love it. Honestly, it's addictive.
Yeah.
I mean, Hidden Histories, it was with Ray was there today, and he said, "God, I'm so adrenalized." You know, it's like it's crazy, just because of like the chase. You know, like was that a security vehicle, and it's really good when you can like do something that not everybody else does, and
it's a
do
rush,
it,
right?
and so like doing it properly. So like, whether it's like contacting spirits, and it's something you do quite well that a lot of people are not interested in the same way that you are, but you do it well, You know, so like if we go to places, we get caught well. we make sure we make something of it. We get caught well, but we like to not be caught as well. You know,
Yeah.
and it's like because the times when we've been caught, I mean, it's like makes great footage. Usually, it's not because of us; it's because of what they do to us. You know, and it just makes a story, doesn't it? So, yeah,
It does. When there's drama or things go wrong, as long as you catch that on film, it makes for a great episode. If everything goes smoothly and there's no incidents,
yeah.
you'll be, okay, that was an okay episode. But when shit goes wrong, or people are chasing you, or you get caught, or whatever, it makes for a great episode.
We've got a few videos on that. Oh, you took them down now, haven't you, Lol? Your videos with security that have come up to you. Took them down. Oh, we have some really good videos. When we first started exploring a year ago, we got like, I don't know if you've heard Chinese Mansion. We went there, one of our first explores. It's a massive mansion. And we were walking down the corridor, and my husband sneezed, looked up, there's a security guard stood in front of him. He actually turned around, the security guard said, "What are you doing in here?" And Lowell said, "Oh, me and my missus were here walking the dog. We thought we'd come and look round." Of course, I walked down the corridor with the dog. Yeah, we've got her in the window because she's only little. He must have thought, "What are they doing? Like, what are they doing in there with the dog?" But yeah, it is, it's fun. I love it. It's good fun.
Yeah.
Well, I like to take my dog on explores when I can, but I thought today it's going to be too much, so because I was falling down holes and stuff today. Yeah, it was a little bit too much.
What do you do with the dog when you go on like a long explore? Do you leave her with a friend or something?
Yeah, leave her with a friend.
Okay.
And he looks after her. Yeah, because she doesn't like being on her own, so she.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I've had dogs that'll just like calmly go to sleep, for like 5 or 6 hours, so it's like as if when you're in a job and you come back and they're perfectly happy with that, but mine kind of frets, so can't really leave her.
Separation anxiety.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't like being in the car, so if I said, "Are you coming in the car?" and she's like looking at it like, and I'm like, "Come on," and she's like, and then I go to walk towards to grab her collar, and she turns around, she's like, goes into the house, she's like, no, I don't want us, and it's like, "Oh no, come on, you've been in the house too many days now, it's only like a short journey," but it's like, no, you're coming out to, like not be a hermit in the bloody house, come on,
It just reminded me of the experiments that Rupert Sheldrake used to do with the dogs, where he would set up a camera in a house. And then the guy at work who owns the dog, the minute he would think about, okay, I'm going to leave work now and go home, the dog would immediately get up and start waiting by the front door. And it's like, how is that even possible? But it happens routinely. He's just got the thought in his head, okay, look at the time. All right, time to go. No, I'm going home. And at that exact moment, they have a camera set up at the house. And it's synchronized timing perfectly. The minute he thinks I'm going home now, the dog immediately gets up, gets all active, and starts waiting by the front door for him. And he hasn't even left work yet. It's very strange.
Yeah, I think animals are very sensitive. I mean, I'm not sure they're quite sensitive in the way that they put across in BBC documentaries recently. I've heard them talking some tosh. They said things like, animals have some amazing abilities of communication. They haven't got speech, but they've got blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but you put two monkeys in a confined space, and they will beat the shit out of and kill each other. And it don't matter how much of a clever language system, one is going to kill the other one, And it's like, so they're animals. So if people say like, oh, they're highly advanced. What a horse. They can't even tell each other how to get out of a field, even if there's like, hay on the other side that they want to get to.
But it's perspective. I mean, comparing those animals to us, you're absolutely right. But comparing a horse to like an insect or something, it's night and day.
Oh,
it's very advanced.
Yeah,
very, very advanced.
What?
What are you asking? Or was she on the floor?
It's all right. He's chatting a load of rubbish again.
Okay.
Someone asked.
Oh, someone asked on the chat, was my husband crawling across the floor?
Oh.
Yeah. So,
no, it wasn't.
Why is he wearing a coat inside the house? Have you not got the heating on? She's poorly.
Look, look. They're all in here.
No, they're all in.
He's being cool.
Look at his
Are they all cold?
No, I just came up from outside.
Oh,
Ah.
there
They
you
won't
go.
allow smoke in my house, so they have to go in the.
Oh yes, there we are. The mystery has been solved yet again.
Smoking at your age.
Yeah, herbal remedies, I think, in the shed.
All right, okay.
Somebody in the chat was saying that the guy Simon Holland, he looks like he looks like a professor, but he's not a real professor. No, he's not a real professor,
No.
but that is his channel name. And the reason he does that is it's like a showmanship thing, you know. He's just taking on the persona of a documentary telling professor, you know, and the way he puts things across is in a very sort of hyped up way, you know, sort of like the way I'll show you one of his videos. I'll bring it up now because it'll make more sense, but I'll only show you a bit of it because you can go watch it on his channel because it is his video.
Well, there's another guy that you're talking, the something Jester or something, the guy, and he's very similar. He's like he comes on very highbrow, speaks very, very quickly. I think he's a bit autistic, but he comes off the something Jesters, or I'll have
Jordan.
to figure it out. But
Jordan,
but it's no, I don't know. But he does he tackles very controversial subjects, and he makes a lot of sense. But he's very quirky. He's very like off. You know what I mean? He's not like he's a bit off, left of center or something. He's off.
You're not on about Johnny Webb?
No. Not
The
not
Jester.
Johnny Webb.
It sounds like I've had one of Batman's characters on, and I haven't remembered it. He's erased my memory. Yeah, the Jester, the Trickster. Yeah. So I'll bring up a video now in a second of. But let's just see if there's any comments, because I scrolled back up and I haven't mentioned that comment for like 10 minutes. So let's see what people are saying.
Well, guys, I'm gonna drop off. I'm gonna call it a night, guys.
Okay. It's getting to that time. It is getting to that time. So I think we all need to think about it. Possibly. We've done 2.5 hours, which is not bad.
I'm getting me car sorted tomorrow. So.
Yeah.
Do you want to pay for my car to be sorted?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They're saying that the professor takes strong stance on his subject. Yes, there we are. But let's bring up a quick video then. Let's see if I can find something. Here it is.
Yeah,
the truth is down there. I think he actually he modified it because I told him that there were just one or two points that were very close to the truth, but not the correct wording to use to kind of get people to understand, you know, because they'll pick him up on it. They'll go, "Hey, hang on a minute, that's not the way that is," and it's like, no, you say it like this, and they'll go, "Okay, yeah, fair enough." So it was just to do with the fact that the train tunnel was at the end of the tunnel, not halfway down the tunnel. People get confused because they hear that it does have a halfway down the tunnel split. That's inside the military, not the original rail tunnel. So, yeah. Anyway, little things like that. And I think he's actually edited it. So it just goes to show he is a conscientious editing type guy. So let's bring up, let's see if I can bring this onto the screen, some of Professor Simon Holland. In fact, I can't on there because this is not the correct thing for it. So let me bring it up here as a separate tab in StreamYard, and then we'd probably be able to see it. Oh no, what's this?
I want 150.
Adverts.
Many years they
I
said
shouldn't
that they had
even
no involvement, but eventually
hang on, here we are. This is his opening titles.
Today, I'll tell you what's really underneath Rodlow Manor.
Never go sit near the screen. Go ahead.
And that is the manor house.
Oh, you used your video.
And so what? So you think they were? What were they doing?
How
in
do you
that
do
manor?
that?
100%. We know, guaranteed, they were investigating UFOs. The MOD denied it for many years. They said that they had no involvement, but eventually we were writing letters to them, and we got an admission that they did investigate UFOs from this place.
And to the best of my knowledge, what's really behind
like Art
the
Garfunkel
red
after he's had an electric shock.
It knows the bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was about to
we
say,
gotta
looks
get
like
out of
it.
here. Hey, and welcome back. A lot of people have asked me.
So there we are. Look, you've had a taster. You've had a taster. I'll take it off now.
There you go.
But that's just to give you an idea that the video is there. If you want to see this guy's take on some of the things I've done research on, he does actually put together a good theory on what's there, and it does follow some of the things that I kind of think myself, actually, which are sensible theories, not all UFO theories.
Is where he lives in France or something? You said
He lives in
what's his
France.
story?
Yeah. He's moved to France, probably because the housing is cheaper out there and the climate's better. Yeah. And people are probably nicer as well because they don't like get in your face if you just like have a garden where you have animals and in your garden, which he does. Like over here, they'd be calling the bloody council on you, but he can get away with it over there.
I was going to say maybe they have better dentists over there, but I don't know.
Well, no, he didn't move to Poland. He's moved to France. Still shit dentists in France, I'm afraid. Yeah. So, but I'm sure he won't watch this video at all, even though people send him the links to the time and the place where we were having a bit of fun. But I'm sure at his age, being a guy who's worked in the BBC, he can have a laugh. He can have a laugh. And
I have stumbled across a few of his videos in the past, and some of them are very good, and some of them are a little frustrating because he never goes where the topic should go, but he'd steer clear of it, which is unfortunate. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. What is going on?
I'm gonna head off, Matt.
All right, Brady. Sorry, before we're delving down that rabbit hole now, and you're going to come with us if you stay any longer. Yeah. Okay, mate.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on, mate. Appreciate it.
Mate.
See you later.
I'm really glad to have you on, but it would be even nicer to have you off. So, go. Yeah,
just give me a call, mate.
I do want to have you off. Yeah, so you better go. Go now. Whilst the going's good.
Okay, all right.
So
I'll
there we are.
See you on the other side then, huh?
No, see you on the flip side.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
See you on the flip side.
Yeah.
If that ever happens, Matt, can you dress like a farmer?
Yeah. I'll have the black boot polish ready as well. Yeah, I'll be ready.
I'm gonna go now too because these lot are here and watching me like an audience.
Yeah.
Lowell's got about 10 ice cubes in his mouth.
You'll have to do it in a room where they can't interfere, and you can have some privacy then.
What? Tell the audience that.
It's not our fault. It's not our fault just because we want to watch it and laugh and take the mickey out of you whilst you're doing it. It's not our fault. Mr. Seal swimmer across the floor. It's not my fault that she's had a spontaneous laughing fit. Yeah, it's all right.
That was hilarious. My son don't know that. I'm going to play it back to him. He's going to kill me.
Yeah, that's going to be. Yeah, you want to use that in your title for your channel. You want to have this person like going across the floor and everybody like, what sort of paranormal investigation was that in? I wonder. And you keep getting asked, what is that?
Get him to crawl along.
Yeah.
Pretend he's an alien in the tunnels.
Yeah, what you want to do is insert him into your title sequence and then put the subliminally. See, you want to flash up the word possession or demon possession and have this person going across the floor.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I bet you everyone will be asking you about it all the time. Yeah.
All the time.
Demon possession.
Can you go back on the video and get the clip off and make me a thing out of it? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Please do it. I'll show my son. He's going to kill me.
Okay.
So
I can run that off here.
I put
but
that.
To meet you too, Mindset Central. It's been really good, actually.
Yeah,
fun.
It's good to meet you. It's awesome. Very, I would love to. Yeah, very cool.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name.
Yeah.
Mr. Oxford, as you know, so arrogant over there. He's always tired, Matt.
I work very hard.
Yeah, you work hard, but
I work too hard. I work too hard. I put you on the streets. Yeah. Can I have 4 beers? Yeah.
No, he doesn't have no beers.
Oh, beers.
I work too
But-
hard. Yeah. So there we are then, folks. Well, thank you very much for coming on, and we've had a bit of a laugh. Everyone's going to see your videos soon of today's antics at the base.
Yeah, look forward to it.
And probably before you see that one, you're gonna see the down the caves.
Wednesday, 8 o'clock. My premiere. Wednesday, 8 o'clock.
Down
PM.
the quarries, I should say, not caves. Down the quarry.
No, I've got the Heathrow. Heathrow's going up on. It's a bit different to yours, a bit shorter. But my videos are very strange.
Well,
you never know what's next with me. It just changes. It's just
great. Well, we look forward to seeing your Heathrow video soon. And if you haven't, subscribe to these people because they need it.
So urban paranormal. I do a paranormal podcast called Paratalk. So maybe I'd like to get you on as a guest sometime or something.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. I'll be up for that.
Cool.
But yeah, it's
when the family's not there.
Yeah.
You know what? This house is a mad house. You know how I deal with Taffy now? Because I've got a mad house. I have to learn to ignore them all, yeah? So now, when I'm with Taffy, it's simple. Because there's only one of him, not like 3 of them. So, yeah. Peaceful day today it was.
Just rent a hotel room for £20 a night at the Best Western or Travelodge, and you can do your show from there. It's only 20 quid, but you'll have peace.
Peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Well, I just go up in the bedroom where I normally go, but today I couldn't be bothered. So, hold on a minute. My daughter said, "Why don't I sit in the shed?"
Go on.
I'll sit you in the shed.
Probably freezing out there, right?
Yeah, it is.
Sit you in the shed. Can I have 4 beers? Yeah. I'll sit you in the shed. Oh, well, it's been fun. So you come again. You come again.
Yep.
Yeah.
And thank you ever so much, obviously, for letting us come along. I think to that place and
It
to
was
the
good. It was good.
place the other way, all the other places we went. That was fun too. It just goes too quick. That's the thing. I wish it could go on for longer. And if it was me today, I would go on and on till I couldn't do any more. But I had to go home.
Yeah. Those responsibilities.
I would like to go to the places you went to today. Not mentioning them, but that would be nice.
Well, there's always another time, and I think people want to come back, so we'll find some more stuff, and we might do that one again. You're welcome down. We'll see what happens.
Right then, I'm going to go.
All the best.
Good night.
Like and subscribe.
That's it. Like and subscribe. Urban Paranormal 666. Yeah. There you go.
Brave enough. And hear him in the background again starting.
No, I said if you're crazy enough.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into this argument. Right. You take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
All the best.
Studio. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Oh, so mine said, what have you been up to recently? And I want to ask you about this UFO group. Did you end up doing the thing where you said you might try to film it?
I did. Yeah, I went the last time I went back. I did try to film it, but the camera I have doesn't have the lens so I can zoom in. But what I did do is that I interviewed a lot of the people that were present. So I have like 5 or 6 interviews with the people who were there. So I interviewed them and I filmed some stuff, but when it's like a little thing and you need a camera with like some major lens to get a real good glimpse of it. So unfortunately no footage of the object itself from me at least.
Okay. But we're going to see that sometime, yes?
Yeah, I'm going to put something together. I just need to get off my lazy ass and do it. It's just like a lot of stuff going on right now that I need to fight through before I have the time to sit down and put it all together. But I have quite a bit of footage that I can edit together into something. Something else happened recently is I found an old box of 8mm videotapes from back in the 90s. I think I might have told you this story. It was in the mid to late 90s. I was buzzed by a black helicopter, came over the house, and we called the police and everything. And I ran outside and I filmed it with the camera. and this was in the 90s. So well, shit, that's like what, like 25 years ago or something. And this tape has sat in a box for 25 years. And I remember I've told people about it. I filmed it. It's real. And they're like, yeah, whatever. You're fucking mental. There was no black helicopter. You're out of your mind. Well, last week I found the tape and I watched it. And it's the first time I'd seen it since it happened. So that's something else that I'm going to put together and throw up on my channel eventually. Some old footage from back in the day.
So you're going to be searching now for a working high 8 or 8 millimeter.
Well, no, that's what I did. I borrowed one. I borrowed one from a guy at work, an 8 millimeter camcorder, and I dubbed all the tapes onto my Mac. So I have the footage now, so digitized. So I just need to do something with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
So you've done it as a 480i SD 480i.
Well, yeah, back then that was cutting edge.
Yeah, no, it's good. But if it's not digi high 8, it's just like analog high 8. Yeah,
yeah. This was.
But it'll have interlace.
Exactly. So the camcorder that I played it back on was a digital 8 camcorder. But it's backwards compatible, so it'll play regular analog 8 millimeter tape. So I used that to dub it over.
Yeah.
But it came out okay. It doesn't look too bad. The only thing is that because it was filmed at night, everything is very kind of like grainy and stuff.
This might be important because it's one of the mods. Can I just see what
they
say?
Go ahead.
Oh, they're gone. Right, what are they saying? Get me on the chat. But we're just about to finish, Keith, because it's like, oh God, hang on. Get me on the chat. Get me on the chat. Yeah.
Get me on
it's
that
okay.
chat.
I mean, hang on. Let me just see what she wants. Hiya. Does it? Oh yeah, that's right. Thanks. My screen needs adjusting. Thank you. Cheers. Bye. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Was that Jack? Was that Jackie?
Because there's an image. When I look over, there's an image there. I'm not taking any notice of the fact that the image is off center. There we are.
I see it. Yeah. I just noticed it too.
See, if I was doing the show for somebody else and I was sitting there on the controls, I'd be looking properly at what was going on. But because I'm doing the show,
on it.
Yeah, that's why you do sometimes you need people to kind of help you do these shows, because it's little mistakes. Yeah, little mistakes that just keep creeping in otherwise.
Yeah. So I found a lot of old footage from back in the day.
Sounds interesting.
That was cool. Yeah.
I got a load of stuff I could stick up, but it just doesn't mean it's not relevant to most people. But I'll probably find a way to kind of weave it into kind of, well, this doesn't mean anything to you guys, but this is the time I did this, and this is the time I did that. I just bang it up, because some people, they kind of have an interest in you as like the person, as well as what you do. So kind of, I suppose, when you get to that point where people are interested enough, you can kind of stick some of your like personal stuff out.
I'm not going to put any personal stuff up there. I did some stupid. I found a tape that I did. Because I'd been living in the US for about 5 or 6 years, and then I went back to Wales, like the first time, and I bought this new camcorder. So I was like, oh, let's look at this fucking camcorder. This is the greatest. So I flew over there and I went with some friends, and we went to the city center of Swansea with the camcorder and a microphone, and we're just interviewing random people and asking them stupid questions and being generally annoying. And I'd forgotten all about it, completely forgotten all about it. And then I found the tape last week. I was like, oh my God, fuck! I'd completely forgotten that I even did it. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff I've got that's kind of a bit embarrassing, the way I've kind of gone about it, and sort of like not taking things incredibly seriously and just sort of like slapdash type of way I've done things. And but when you kind of look back on it, it's kind of like it has a weird charm in its own way. Like
I also found a film. There was a friend of mine here in LA. He was going to film school, and he wanted to be like a movie maker, and he was making a film on 16 millimeter, and he asked me to come over, because he said, dude, just come over and help me. He said, you might be in it, you might not, just come over and help. So I was like, all right. So I went over and I took my camcorder and I said, dude, you make the film and I'll just film everything, and I'll make like a behind the scenes thing of the making of the film. And that was another thing I completely forgot about doing, and I found that tape too of making that back in the day. It was quite a revelation going through this box of old tapes that, you know, I'm seeing stuff that I'd completely forgotten about.
Did your friend actually get into the movie industry in any way, shape, or form?
Because he's a
retard?
really good artist.
Sorry, I thought you were,
Yeah,
no,
he's a
retard.
He's a retard.
No, he cleans out the bins at Universal.
He was a really good artist, and I met him when I worked at Tower Records for 2 years in the mid '90s, and every Tower Records had their own in-store artist, like, you know, all the big album covers that they would hang up. That was all hand painted by they would hire someone. Every store would have one person who was the in-store artist. They'd have their own art room where they paint everything. And I would always walk by the art room, and he'd always be playing movie soundtracks, fucking cranked, full blast, playing like, you know, Star Wars or The Wrath of Khan, blasting. And we struck up a conversation, and then, you know, that's how we became friends. And he was always an amazing artist. And I've lost touch with him. I haven't seen him for 20 odd years. But the last time I saw him is that he was working for an animation company doing cartoons. So where he is now, what he's doing now, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen any movies with his directed by, you know, nothing like that's happened. But he was working for an animation company making cartoons the last time.
Tap him into IMDb.
Dude, I have nothing. I've searched for him on all over. Not a peep.
Unsung hero. A lot of people who work on movies don't make it onto the credits.
Yeah.
But there we go.
So that's that.
Yeah, we're going to see some of your movies, your home movies. I've actually got loads of home movies. And some of them, interviews I did with really interesting UFO people. And for some reason, I've accidentally cut into the tape, like, you know, erased part of the interview. So if I go to show these things, I've got to preface them by saying, you kind of said this, and when it finishes sporadically, which it shouldn't have done, it kind of went on to say something like this. And that's it. You know, that's embarrassing. But, you know.
Look, that'd be cool to see, though, you know, from back in the day.
Hey, and
those people.
I don't know if one of these guys is still around, but if John Winston is out there, that's a very complicated story about a guy who sees aliens all over the place, and they like come and chat to him, and he first saw them when he was working on nuclear missiles. So he's like trusted with a nuclear missile to put the electronics in, and if he goes boop, oof, you know, so he's a trusted guy to work with nuclear nukes. Yeah, but then like he sees aliens all over the place. Yeah.
Well, it's funny just because when I was at that UFO thing and interviewing people and talking to them, filming them, I have to say that the vast majority of people that I talked to gave me the vibe that they were mentally ill. Right? Now, what do I know? For all I know, they're telling me 100% reality. I don't fucking know. But you get that vibe because they're saying things which are so fucking out there. You know, even for me, out there, that you do get the vibe that these people are not 100% in the head. I'm pretty sure you in your travels have run into people like that many times.
Yeah, they just tell you matter of fact, you know, things that they've done, which to you are like, oh my God, what did he just say? You know, and they just like, that's perfectly normal to them in their world. Yes. And you go, we're in a very different world, you know, like you and I. So. And that does kind of seem disconcerting sometimes, and you kind of like draw them on it, and you go, well, so do you think that you maybe should have done this or that? And they're like, oh yeah, maybe, but I didn't think that. I did this, you know, and it's like, okay, yeah, cool. You know, LK Computers, thank you for your donation. Thank you.
There you go, awesome.
But yeah, so well, let's have a look at some of our footage, and we'll have to reconvene. I mean, if you want to like crank up your show, because I think mine's getting a bit long now.
No, I'm not going to. I think when we're done here, that's going to be it.
And I will maybe crank out some cans, but yeah, I'm keeping this one sensible, even though we were not sensible tonight. Maybe I should have cranked.
Maybe I should have. It was good. It was fun.
cranked out the cans, but yeah, I've been a good boy.
All right then, man. If you're gonna call it a night,
well, I mean, I'm sure we could talk for hours because we always come up with some interesting stuff. But there is Professor Simon Holland if you want to go watch that, and also there's the video that he features, which is Exploring with Josh, where we do a big walk around of these bases and things and get to see some more stuff. I'd recommend watching Exploring with Josh's little thing. Well, not his little thing, his video. I haven't seen Josh's little thing, by the way. Okay.
Whoever misses.
I haven't. Don't tell him that I said that, because maybe you want me to have seen his little thing and I didn't, and he'll think that I was being ignorant. So just
I got the impression when you were talking about the Rudlow Manor thing that was an old video, but no, it's brand new. This just barely came out.
Yeah, the Exploring with Josh thing. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
No, the Simon Holland that was just published
today. Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. And yeah, he sent me a pre-release just to look through it to make sure there's no mistakes. Yeah. And I just said, well, there's there's this and that, and then he's released the final because I think he's just cleaned up a few facts and points, and that's it. So good.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that then. I didn't realize that was today.
That video he's done is kind of like a doorway to Josh's video and my videos if you want to go and learn a bit more about it, because he sort of like gives you a peppering of what may be going on, and then if you want a deep dive you can jump onto
I watched the Josh one. He's the American guy, right, that came over, and he used your footage too.
Yeah absolutely.
And, that was a good one also.
Yeah, I mean, he's interested in the paranormal and all this sort of stuff. He's interested in it. He doesn't do an awful lot of it on his channel, but he does, do things like Randonautica, which I don't really get on with. But he does. He has been known to do all sorts of things, So, like when he comes down, he's like UFO. So I mean, he's like delving into that world. And Dan Dixon from Exploring with Fighters had told him that shit will happen if he comes down there, and he'll probably get like watched and spotted. And funnily enough, it's weird because we went to this underground bunker where you actually look and see the entranceway to this real underground bunker that they're using to this day. It's a very, very high security place, and funnily enough, the police officer we've met a number of times, he's just coming out the door and he goes, "Hey, Matthew," and he stops us. And he goes, "Hey, come here." And Josh is like going, "This is weird. Like, how are we getting away with this? Because if this was the States, it would have arrested us by now."
Exactly.
So I'm like, it's cool. He knows who I am. He knows what I get up to. He knows I don't like literally break into the base. It's like that they know of. No, I don't. Yeah.
But that's interesting though, because Josh does a lot of exploring here in the States.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, how the fuck does he get away with it? Because the security / police experience over here is significantly different to what it's like in the UK.
Yeah.
Like majorly different. Like in the UK, they might, give you a good talking to and tell you not to do it again, or threaten to arrest you and things like that. Whereas over here, they slap the cuffs on, beat the shit out of you. It's no joke.
I mean, I think it may have something to do with the way that they a lot of these American people, they seem to mooch around a lot more quietly, which adds to the way that the videos look, because it becomes a little bit more cinematic. Whereas we were all going, "Hey, John," and we're laughing and messing about because we can. Because we don't care if anyone knows where we are. They are a little bit more.
They gotta be very careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do creep around, and it makes it look a little bit more suspenseful, and it is, because if they don't want to meet the police, they don't want to meet the owners, they don't want to out there. They really don't.
Yeah, because that's bad news. If you get caught, dude, that's game over. You're fucked. That's no joke. Do you watch Dan Bell, the Dan Bell channel?
I have, yeah, and Dan Bell was in a video with the Proper People, and I think Josh has met him as well. Yeah, so
yeah, he does a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Very atmospheric, very creepy.
If I'm not, Dan Bell he's got a particular thing for shopping malls, isn't he?
Yes, he does. Yeah, the Dead Mall series. Yeah. where he finds just malls are just basically deserted.
Mm.
Like a lot of them has a lot of shit still in there. It's like people have just said, okay, we're just walking away now. We're not going to do nothing anymore.
Yeah.
And everything's just left to decay.
But I think he likes doing malls that are still open, but behave in a functional sense, as if they're dead. Yeah,
that
but they're
happens
actually
too.
open.
You'd have a mall that's all dilapidated and like 90% empty, and then there's like 3 little shops open.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
And it's like, why? Is it because the rent is too high, and everyone's like, screw this, we'll work from home, or,
it's
we ain't
the
paying
area
those
too,
rates.
Yeah. The area, the demographics in the area change. Sometimes an affluent area over 30 or 40 years can become ghettoized. Become very downtrodden and nasty. For somewhere that was fairly middle to upper class, you fast forward 40 years and it's a fucking piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Some not obviously some places are not like that at all, but some places do kind of devolve into just shit over time, unfortunately.
I like the American malls, and maybe it's because people are going to get into a lot more trouble if they get into those places and get caught. But there was one video where there was a guy, and he said, I worked for a cinema chain, and he said, and I know that cinema is hidden behind these boards in a mall. There's a whole cinema behind there. Nobody knows it because I used to work there, but now it's like 10 years it's been hidden, and I know it's behind that. And I kind of think I know a way we could get in there. So they sneak in to the cinema and it's intact. And they turn all the neon lights on, like welcome to cinema.
There's power, everything?
There's power, right? Everything's still there, right? And it's like, and they go into the projection room. The projectors are there, the amps are there, everything's there, right? So he goes, well, I can't believe that. And he's like, chung, turns the power on, flicks a light on the projector, presses go, projector's working, just haven't got anything to show. They haven't got a film. So it's just white light coming out there. And it's like, everything's working. And he's like, why is this all here?
That's so weird how they just leave it.
Yeah.
Just board it up. Just leave it.
Board it up and walk away.
So strange.
Yeah.
I mean, you think they try all that equipment, they try and sell it or something? Yeah. You wouldn't just fucking just leave it.
And I mean, the likelihood is it could get damaged, and then it won't be worth any money at all. It's one of those weird things, isn't it?
Very, very strange. Very strange.
But thank you, League of Heretics, for your donation. And it says, buy Barry Little a treat for super zapping the trolls. Oh, thanks. There has been some activity. I did see some stuff happening. Yeah, I'm not good at noticing what's going on in the chat sometimes.
Oh, there was someone trolling?
Yeah. Oh, and an ex-police chief blew himself up with some kind of bomb yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Really? Wow.
I was wondering when I got up this morning, I could smell bacon.
Free bacon. Free bacon.
Dan Bell did a video about the Gulf Breeze sightings. Have you seen that one?
Not sure about that one.
That is definitely worth a watch. Where he goes down to Gulf Breeze to try and find Ed Walters' house.
Yeah.
And all those famous photographs of the UFOs, he goes to try and goes to the exact spot where the photograph was taken. Really good.
Oh, is this this is 2019? It says Texas bomber dead, man blows himself up in dramatic blah. I can't see this as a news story. So where are people getting this from?
Yeah, maybe old. It can't be new. Old news maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
But somebody was posting troll shit on the thing, and they said that I've murdered people. They said I've murdered. This is what they said, that I'm a criminal. I've made crop circles.
Referring to you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they this heinous crime of making crop circles, right? And they said that I have murdered 3 people, right? And then they said a number of other things, which were quite nasty sex sort of things. And I was like, what the fuck is this? What are they on about? And then somebody tapped it into Google, and it says Matthew Williams killed 3 people, and it's like, but it's not this Matthew Williams, you fucking morons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, let me just see if I can find it.
It was a Matthew Williams,
Yeah.
not the Matthew Williams.
Not the MatthewWilliams.com. No. Matthew Williams, I don't know. It was a cannibal killing as well. I think he ate, hang on, killed, and cannibal. Let's try that. So let's see if we can find anything.
He ate him?
Apparently.
Have you noticed that shit happens a lot in Germany? You get every once in a while you hear a story in Germany.
This is from 2017. Let me bring it up. Look, here it is. But that doesn't look like me, does it? This is the guy. Right, Keris Yem's family are furious after cops missed chances to catch the cannibal killer, Matthew Williams. Cannibal killer. Look, demonic Williams having been released from blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's it. Look, so let's bring him up. Come on, Em.
Let's have a look.
He should have been in jail, says after cops missed a chance. So the family of a young woman mutilated by a cannibal killer. Oh,
yeah,
so he tried eating her. He tried eating this woman. Oh my God! Oh, an inquest was now found. Oh, so hang on. So he did kill her, but he didn't manage to eat her. So an inquest has now found that the 22-year-old woman was unlawfully killed with, quote, demonic Williams, having just been released from prison 2 weeks before, setting on the young woman. And there he is. That doesn't. Does that look like me?
She does look quite tasty, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Matthew Williams was high on drugs during the horrific murder in 2014. Wow.
Oh, Anthony Nichols from Port Talbot gave you £5.
Oh, Anthony Nichols from Port Talbot. Thank you very much.
Nicholas, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know this guy, do you?
I do. Anthony?
Anthony.
Yeah, he comes on the live stream I do on Friday.
I was going to say you must know him because you say he's from Port Talbot because he didn't say hi. I'm from Port Talbot.
Well, that's how he announces himself when he comes on the live stream. He says, "Hello, Gareth. This is Anthony from Port Talbot."
All right, there we are.
Yeah, from Port Talbot.
Well, thank you for your donation. It'll go into kebab fund for Great Britain.
Kebab. Yes, lovely.
There we are.
Kebabs.
Oh, let's get rid of this guy's face and who's cannibal killer because that's not me.
Yeah.
So these people who are trolling with all this bullshit. I mean, they said I got kicked off Wikipedia and I'm banned for life of Wikipedia. Like as if, this is a bad thing. Yes, that happened. There's a reason they know about this is because I told people about it. If you watch my other channel, you get to learn lots of weird things about me. I told people about it. They banned me because Rudlow Manor, that thing that Simon Holland is talking about earlier on, it seems to have it has a weird effect on people because the people who work there would deny that they had anything to do with UFOs, right? And the people who saw me write on Wikipedia that it investigated UFOs didn't like that. Yeah, maybe because they work for the military and they take a personal pride in making sure that the truth is out there in the way the military want it. Yeah. Now, it is a fact because they've written to us and confirmed it from the MOD and it's been written about in some books. Anyway, they said the reason they took the information down was because I was referencing myself and my research. Right, and I said, okay, so I looked at the rules, and the rules said you're not allowed to put your own research on Wikipedia. You have to reference books and magazines and things that have been kind of checked before being published. Before being published, right. So you have to reference something else. So I went, okay, then, Timothy Good's book Above Top Secret. Then we got, Nicholas Redfern, this book. And I went through the stuff, and put the references in there, and they went, no, we're not having it because we're not having that. It didn't happen. So the people who run the Wikipedia page for Rudlow Manor, they are the arbiters of truth of what happened at Rudlow Manor. And books and information from the MOD which say, yes, they did act as a coordination point for investigation of UFO reports. Apparently the MOD are lying to their own departments or internal, but they're people who control. They're like the forum freaks, yeah? They're like the people who are like 28 days later. They're the people who like to hold the reins and crack the whips, and it's not about the truth. It's not about what is the truth. It's about who holds the power to tell the truth,
Right. No, you're absolutely correct. 100%.
Wikipedia is unfortunately run by dicks. you know. So even if you're telling the truth and you ask to have it heard by higher parties in Wikipedia, it comes down to one basic thing: fuck you. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. And yeah, so that's why I'm kicked off Wikipedia.
What you were putting in there, though, was it like all controversial stuff or fairly tame, or what was the stuff you were putting in?
You can't put voluminous information because it'll be rejected for being over the top. You have to summarize it. And I just said, because nothing was mentioned about the UFO role at Rudloe Manor. It was like Rudloe Manor is a base out in the countryside that had like a role in the war to do with radar and and is no longer there. And I just said, I just put an extra bit in. It became popularized in books such as Above Top Secret by Timothy Good and this one from Nicholas Redfern, for having been a coordination center for UFO reports, which was confirmed by the Ministry of Defense. That's it. Short and sweet.
That's it.
Yeah.
So what's the issue?
Fuck you. That's the issue. Fuck you. Yeah.
See,
fuck you. You're
is,
not going to tell people the truth. No, they don't want it. They want it to be their Rudloe Manor. Yeah, they want it to be their Rudloe Manor and their painted idea and painted picture of Rudloe Manor and not anyone else's.
Right.
And this is the thing, see, I mean, you've got to realise that a lot of these people who work in the military are paid to lie, not just to foreigners who want to find out our secrets, but paid to lie to the British public. So they get to decide what is truth and what is not. And if anyone asks a question, they lie to them to get them to steer away from the truth, which is the truth is we've got bunkers and we've got weapons and we've got this. So they say, we haven't got any bunkers. Oh, those old bunkers. Yeah, we never use those. No, there's nothing there. UFOs never dealt with it. No, don't know what you're on about. Oh, don't know what you're on about. Yeah. So these people...
You almost get to the point where if they deny something, it must be true.
Yeah, it's like you have to say, well, can I listen to this person? Are they being reasonable? And the thing is, that's why you keep digging. But of course, to these people, who are, as far as I'm concerned, they're paid liars. I think some of them are probably psychopathic because they like to control others. They've joined a job where they would have a chance to kill some people if they can, you know, and then they're in charge of whether they can lie to people. Well, of course, you got like that under your belt for 20 years. And of course, you know, when you get the Rudloe Manor page up, it's going to be your page, your way, like your story that you used to feed to everybody, which was bullshit.
You were the arbiter of truth. You
Yeah.
are the one who control it. We're having some people in the chat, I just noticed right now, and I don't know whether or not you want to give out this information, but they're asking, what's the Secret Vault's second channel?
Oh, that's the thing, you see. I mean, we like to let people research it for themselves because it ain't hard. Like, I constantly get people saying, like, so how do I get in touch with you, Matt? And it's like, well, have you been around YouTube? Matt, how do I
get in touch with you,
If I
Matt?
need to send you something, Matt, I've got to get it to you. I need to get it in your inbox.
Yeah, what?
Now, what are you doing? Open it late at night and think about me when you're in bed.
I think people could find your other channel if they just did 5 or 10 minutes of digging around. It's not that hard to find.
Just look Matthew Williams crop circles, right? And it's And I've done years of messing around and doing things. It's a very up and down channel, the other one.
Yeah, I was going to say you haven't done much on there recently.
No, because I spend all my time doing this now because it's focused me again into something that is worthwhile, creative and.
Because there was a time, and I remember watching you on the other channel where you'd be doing it like every other day, and you'd be ranting about some crazy bullshit, and it was very entertaining. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, I still kind of, if I've got a real point to make or a rant, I will stick it on the other channel. I won't stick it on this one because it kind of muddies the waters a little bit. It's you take it or leave it. It's entertainment. It's most of it is generally how I think, but it is definitely open to a little bit more artistic license. So
yeah. I think one of the first ones I think I saw, this was a couple of years ago, was when you were telling Ben Emlyn Jones how to film properly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I'm saying what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, guy? Have you not heard of a tripod or I mean, like, you know, a handle. Get a handle so the camera hangs down. Hey, look, I've got one here. You know, just get a piece of metal, right, from any hardware store, bend it into this shape, right, and drill a hole and attach a thing like that. And guess what? Now
done.
the camera goes like that, right? And it's much easier to film steady when you're like that, when you're walking like that. Now it's a lot steadier, So, or buy yourself £100 gimbal, and a phone, and point it at yourself. But he used to love just walking along like this, going, I'm walking down the road, and the camera's going like this, and it would look bloody awful.
He still does it. He still does it.
I mean, it looks bloody awful. It makes people sick. They want to listen to what he's got to say. But, you know, if you're going to make it hard for people... Because when I'm watching somebody and I see something in the background, I become interested in it, but he never focuses on it because he's pointing at himself and he's walking. So we get to see the background, but he's not interested in the background. He's just interested in shaking a camera in front of himself, you know? So I want to... What's that? Where's that? What was that street name? And it's like, you know, there's all sorts of things going through my head which are irrelevant to what he's trying to talk about, but they're distracting me. The movement's distracting me. The imagery's distracting me. Everything else is distracting me like noise, you know? And like, so I'm not listening to his message. That's the problem, is I think he forgets that, like, if he's going to provide distraction, and whilst he's trying to tell you the true secrets of the universe, maybe people are just going to end up looking at the distraction and they'll miss the message of the secrets of the universe.
I just had a mental image of him crawling across the stage. I'm sorry. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Dude. You didn't film that by any chance, did you?
No. But maybe he should put that up as a blue screen background behind himself. You know, continue on a continual loop, and then see whether anybody's actually listening to what he's saying with that going in the background. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm going to ask him. So when I talk to him next week, I'm going to ask him about that. That's fucking classic. That's so great. What was it like? What did you say? It was like a 200 people hall, and there's like 7 people there.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? As the presenter,
you couldn't fucking write that. You know what I mean? It's like you couldn't write that shit. It's so great.
Well, unfortunately, right, he was not in a, unfortunately him, but unfortunately he was given the role of being the compere to several people through
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so
he was the host.
So he was the host. So to see the host crawling along on his hands and knees, scuttling across the floor, when you're kind of supposed to hold a kind of bit of decorum when you're putting on an event. And the last thing I think people are going to expect to see, if there'd been like 1,000 people in that room, and Ben is like, "Hang on a minute," scuttle across the floor, I think everybody would be like, "Is Ben all right? Is Ben okay?" You know, it's like, great. Yeah, funny.
Oh, that's genius. That's brightened my day. Just
and all because he didn't want to go in front of my camera, and it's like, just sometimes you have to.
Just walk. Yeah,
you just have to. You know. And people who get up in front of the camera don't give a shit about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Are things starting to open up over there yet? Like, get back to normal, kind of, sort of?
Well, not exactly, really. I mean, they're going to soon. They're going to allow people to hang around in 2 people together, you know, soon. It's like, oh, they're very kind of them, yeah.
Pubs open?
Yeah. I mean, the hypocrisy of this is that children are allowed to go into a playground and play with each other, right? Because it's, we've got to let the kids do it, haven't we? Yeah. But here's the thing. Adults are not allowed to go into an adult playground called a pub and play with each other. But kids can. So this is why... Boop, boop. That's why I take no notice of this frigging nonsense that's going on, because it's not about COVID. It's not about a disease. It's not about vaccines, and it's not about cures. It's about control and being seen to do something. That's what the government want to do. They want to be seen to be doing something. Yeah? Because people are banging the table like, when are you going to do something? And they're like, all right, then we'll lock you down. So you're happy now? Because now we're doing something. So you think that we know something about this, and you think that we're making a difference because we're doing something properly. And it's like, no, if they told you to wear like a plastic bag on your head and poke a little hole through it, you would. And you'd think that, well, this was a cure. You know, they must be because they told us to do it. So people are lemmings. They need to learn to think for themselves, because these people will lemming you off the end of a bloody cliff. You know.
Mm-hmm. So I need to ask you: are you going to continue with the stream or wrap it up? Because if you're going to continue, I'll turn the lights on and grab a beer. If you're not, I'll say good night and we'll talk again next week or something.
There's people wanted to come on, and I said we weren't going to be on long, and I'm going to go.
It's entirely your call. If you either way, I'm totally fine either way.
I am going to go now.
If you want to call it quits, I'm happy with that. No worries.
I'm going to go, but on the note that where's this frigging Ghostbusters movie? Why is that taking forever to come out? And
should have come out last year.
Yeah. So where is it? What's the frig is the bloody delay for that shit?
I don't know. I have no idea.
And I'm watching a new series, WandaVision, which is kind of interesting. You see that one?
Yeah, it just finished last week. I just saw the final episode.
So I'm checking that one out, which is a bit of a weird one.
It's surprisingly good.
Yeah. Keith saying,
what do you think of Cobra Kai?
Matt. I haven't been inviting guests in tonight, so sorry. Do you notice we didn't put the StreamYard link in because I would rather have some people that I can kind of
Jay says, grab the beer,
speak to about what we were speaking to tonight. It's not a free for all. So there we are.
So let me just ask you, what did you think of Cobra Kai?
Did
it finally grab you, or did you get sick of it?
It's okay, but it is kind of being drawn out to the maximum, amount it possibly can be. But it's okay. It's all right. But I think it's kind of like you have to accept the world that's in, where things are kind of dumbed down a little bit.
Exactly.
You have to accept the constraints of this kind of like,
Right.
Hey, Johnny, don't go down to the park because there'll be a fight. It's like,
I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous, right? The entire premise is ridiculous, but it's an '80s movie. It's like the '80s never ended, and it's like we're making a movie today like we would in the 1980s. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like weird, surrealist, strange world. And I think if you go into that with that kind of vibe, it's really enjoyable. But if you go into it thinking like, well, this is a real show about karate, you're going to be like, what the fuck is this stupid bullshit? You know?
Yeah, it's good. It's entertaining. I think it's going to get somewhere. And that in the end, that guy and his mate Cobra Kai guy, they're going to have a fight. Was his Daniel his name, isn't it? Danny LaRusso.
LaRusso.
Danny LaRusso, yeah. And
so they're filming. They just started filming season 4 right now, and this will be the final season.
Right. So they're definitely going to try and kick each other in, and then
this
become
show
friends. I bet you they become friends in the end. It's my prediction.
Show, it definitely has a beginning, a middle, and an end, which is great. I love shows like that.
I bet it'll be something along the lines of they'll have a big fight. Cobra Kai guy will do some dirty tricks and then end up putting Danny LaRusso in a coma, and it looks like he's going to die, and then he feels like, oh my god, what have I done? So he's there all the time by his bed, and his wife is like, no, stay away, and it's like, it's so serious, and they lose him, and they bring him back from the dead. He has a heart attack, but they bring him back, and it's like, and then he gets better, and it's like, oh, I'll never do that again. I can see now Cobra Kai is not the way. It's not the way.
He was there, when he was there standing by his bed, he was dressed as a farmer.
He was a farmer.
Yeah.
But then he did blackface then. He's like, did the blackface. He's like, well, he's not coming alive with being the farmer, so I'll try blackface. He's like, hello, come on. He's like, oh. It's like, yeah. He goes, we can't do this, but it's the 80s. He's like, you can do this. This is the 80s. This is the 80s. You can do blackface.
What are you still on season 1, or did you get to season 2? Or where are you in watching it?
I am on season 2.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's cool, but I've put it to one side for a minute to just check out some other things and I'll come back to it. WandaVision's a bit weird because I mean it is. Yeah, the premise behind that is like a bit. Come on, do you have to be like doing this?
How far have you gotten?
I think it's episode 5 or 6 now. So they've worked out the reality that has been created. Yeah.
There's only 9 episodes total.
Yeah. Oh right, I've only got 8 downloaded, but not that I
there's
would,
only nine total,
recommend. I'm paying for it all, and it's downloading onto my machine. I am very good.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
I subscribe to Disney Channel. Honestly, I mean, you know, you can see it, can't you? You can see it in me. Yeah. I'm that. I'm sort of kind of guy. Yeah. Sure. Well, we'll speak to you soon then, sir.
All right, man. Have a good night, or sleep well, or whatever, and I'll talk to you maybe next week or something.
Yeah, we'll do something else soon, and yeah, check out Mindset Central. Subscribe to him.
Subscribe, thumbs up, all that nonsense.
All the best.
All right, Matt. Have a great one. Good talking to you.
All
dude.
the best.
Take it easy.
Cheers. Bye bye. Right then, folks. Was it Martin Clove who played Cleese is 75 today? Okay, cool. Mr. Miyagi will say wax on, wax off. Yeah. Well, they've had the ghost of Mr. Miyagi in this series. He's kind of come along in ghost form and in memories. I think he's kind of trying to yeah. Uncle Matt, I'm home. Oh, hey Bex, I'm just going to bed now. Go bed now. But it was good fun. It was good fun. You can see. I think was it in this thing. I think in the Heathrow thing today, you see like this new bumming hello that we've kind of developed. So you kind of get this. It's like when bums meet, or yes, when bums collide. So yeah, yeah, WandaVision. Yeah, it's interesting, but it's definitely a sort of. A weird one, you know, having to see all the like ultra cheese of all these like realities that have played out, you know, and it's like cheese. Yeah, I know I know they do cheese, and I know they did that sort of cheese, and that's cheese, and it's like, but we're still forcing us to watch the cheese, you know. And it's like, ha ha ha, we can get away with a joke because it's just going to have a laughter track on it. So like, hey, what are you doing today? Well, I don't know, because you kiddies are forcing me to do this. Ah, ha, 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 ha. And it's not really funny. You know, it's just like forced situations, forced laughter, forced. But they couldn't get away with it. If they were trying to actually make people laugh with that shit, people go, it's not funny. But it's like, because it's in another reality, you know, everyone finds the jokes funny and everyone finds things funny, which really aren't. I find that a little bit tedious, you know. I find that a little bit of a bore. But, so, yeah. Now, I just bought an infrared light, and it is an 850. Yeah, 940. So this is the one you can't see so much. And I can't see. Can I feel it? I can feel a little bit of heat, but you can probably see it. But I cannot see that light with my eyes. Nope, I'm completely invisible, but it can be picked up by there. Because that would probably be quite blinding if I put that in my eye. So, there we are. So I'm going to test this out with my camera outside and see if it works for filming, because I got another one of these, and you could see it like it's like a big red spot, and it's like a mile away, and that's the 840 nanometers or whatever. Whereas this is further up the infrared spectrum. It's a 940, so you cannot see this one. So this is proper, will not like be detected by humans in the distance. So yeah, we will be filming some stuff in infrared soon to get places that we couldn't normally go because they will catch us if they see our lights. So now we're going to film with infrared. So it's going to happen. It's going to be a thing soon. So after he zips himself up and puts his belt on, he's going to say goodnight, let the dog out, and lie in that bed and watch some WandaVision to get himself to sleep. Hey, it's good. So we'll catch you all soon. Thanks very much for tuning in. And thanks to all those who support us and have donated tonight. That's very kind. And we will be getting you some new videos very soon. All the best. Nanu nanu. Night night.